There we go. We are live, Ka. Ka. All right. All right. All right. There she go. Hey, Ka.
What up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So what's going on? I know you want to call this emergency, so to speak, live.
Oh yeah. Well. No, I'm on with you really because we're supposed to meet whenever the Fever play, but our schedules be conflicting sometime, and
Yeah.
so tonight I didn't get really a chance to see the game. So basically,
You watched it?
actually, no, I didn't get a chance to see the game tonight. I'm basically
Okay.
coming through your. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I didn't
Yeah.
get a chance. I didn't watch it either. I was gonna watch it, but I was like, no, they're gonna win this game. And then I saw they did not win the game, and I was like, oh, okay. But no, I didn't. I didn't. So I didn't see it myself.
Yeah, I'm basically looking like coming through your eyes. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to look at a couple of highlights. All right. Kai is not here.
Going on tonight? My bad.
You all right? You okay?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
You rather go through
All right.
you rather go through your stream?
No, we're good. We're on live. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. No, I just wanted to come on tonight and really talk
No.
about. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, basically what was going on with the game today. I seen some pre-game quotes. Everybody got their own quotes that they put out sometime. I seen on Yahoo. Basically, Yahoo got some people who basically kind of like rent space from them, and they get to post on that page up front. And I had seen one of Lexi, and I was really surprised that I seen that.
Lexi Hall.
Lexi Hall, yeah, right here. It says
this is Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sophie. I'm so sorry.
I'm like, this is not Lexi.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Sophie Cunningham quickly becomes fan favorite during the first season with Indiana Fever, known for her toughness. You know what I mean? So, basically,
this is a quote from her. They're just talking about her.
No, this is just something that actually dropped today, right before the game at 6:30. Okay. Game started at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
and Eastern Standard Time, and this had dropped, and I was it really was really funny when I seen this. It's like they're, But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm looking like I'm missing something. I'm like, okay, so I'm like looking at this. It is talking about, I guess, how they feel about Sophie on the team.
Yeah, about Sophie.
Because I'm like, I don't. Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, I like to talk about all aspects of this of everything that's going on right now. So when we read this, you know what I mean, hosting they was hosting Los Angeles Sparks, and the game was really going well for I guess they really thought that Sophie was going to have a great game, and so what end up happening a lot of times is they end up putting up paraphernalia to distract you from the people who are really carrying the team, and this is some of the things that happens when I see Indiana, they start to do well, and as I predicted when I was on your show, even
can you pull up the stats from tonight? Are you able to do that?
Sure. I can definitely pull those up. All right, let me just let me get into the stats.
Okay.
Bop, bada bing, bada boom. So,
okay, this is the Fever stats. Okay. Natasha Howard, 21-9-3. Lexi, 5. Well, her rebounds are low tonight, surprisingly. Usually her rebounds are at least 5, between 5, 6 or up, 5 and up. Malia Boston, double-double. No surprise there. Kelsey only had 19 points, nothing else. Okay. Ari, 4-8-1. Sophie, 4-1-1. Sydney Colson, 6-5-2. And then the new girl, 5. Okay. And then go to Sparks. Can you flip to the Sparks?
Oh, let me get the. Did I get the Sparks? Let me get the.
If you can, it's fine. Okay, but go ahead. What you were saying about the game? What you wanted to say?
Well, this is part of the problem with the marketing. When see, everybody keeps acting like what's going on with the fever. A lot of this propaganda that goes on with them at this time is the fact that they don't want to acknowledge that Natasha Howard, 3-time NBA champion. We have also Aaliyah Boston, former Rookie of the Year before Caitlin got there, as well as we have Kelsey Mitchell, someone who averaged between 18 and 18.5 points for over 5 years straight before any of those young ladies got there. So when I see that, and right before the game they put it up, oh, Lexi Hall, blah 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 blah.
Sophie,
yeah, Sophie. I keep saying Sophie. I keep Lexi Hall. I'm sorry, Sophie Cunningham. I'm sorry. Well, anyway. I see the pictures and a lot of people say, well, it's not about race, it's not about this, it's not about, I said, see, but it's made about that because what they end up doing is they try to subliminally distract your mind in hopes of that would happen, as if she is like the key proponent of the thing that really propels the team.
It's who?
That Cunningham and them, because you know how they do Cunningham. They say, hey, well, she's the one who protect Caitlin Clark, and then when they show real positive message and feedback, they'll show her and they'll show her and Hall together, or they'll show the three of them together, and they'll leave out the actual NBA, because they recruited 3 NBA champions to the team. You know what I mean? And by recruiting 3 WNBA champions to the team, and now these ladies are playing well. Not to mention that Natasha Howard is the same woman who Caitlin Clark was having fits over when she took a shot, because Kate had took a 3, and then all of a sudden, they got the rebound, offensive rebound, and she was mad because the ball didn't come back to her. So when I see stuff like that, and I see, these images come up before the game, and you see stuff like this before the game at 6:30, these are the key little things that go on that cause division. And that's why
I don't see why this should cause division, honestly speaking.
I'm talking about within the fan base when we're talking.
No, I know what you mean. But for me, this little article right here, to me, just as a fan of maybe I'm just different. To me, like this specific article right here, I'm not talking about anything else. Like this little specific write up to me, doesn't scream division to me. It made me feel like it's screaming division. It is pretty much highlighting Sophie Cunningham's. I mean, she has become a fan favorite after that whole thing that she did with Sheldon. So I get what he's saying. And they're playing the Sparks tonight. You know what I mean? So.
But see, this is. But do you feel? All right. So let's take it like this. So when you have NBA champions, people who has actually won, and like her, I don't think she's ever won in the WNBA. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cunningham hasn't. Yeah, she hasn't. I already know. But and you recruit these ladies, and they come in and they do an excellent job, and they're doing their job. Well, of course, Bonner left. But you have these women, and they're standing here and they're doing their job, and then right before the game at 6:30, what did you put out there? These are all marketing strategies and tools to subliminally make you think that what you're seeing is this, and not what's actually is going on. And that's where a lot of the problems lie when we're talking about the when they say, what kind of problem? Because you heard Ocho and what's my boy Shady talk this week. Yeah, Shady talk this week in regards to
Ocho and Club Shay Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, Shady. Shady McCoy.
Oh, he did a podcast with Ocho. I didn't see it. I gotta go watch it.
No. On that show.
On what show?
Ocho. I'm saying Ocho. I mean to say Acho. My God. I'm talking about Acho.
Okay. I missed that. So I saw a few clips like the past few days. Like I was like outside working out and doing different things. So I haven't usually I watch every single episode like all the way through. I saw a few clips from certain episodes. I didn't see the whole episode. Because James wasn't there too. I was like, "Where's my guy?" But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Well, even as they were talking, they were saying basically, what do you feel about the team winning while Caitlin is out, and it's like, but none of the focus
I
came
can only
on.
imagine what Shady said.
Well, Shady, he has a new campaign going on, stop hitting Caitlin, and knowing that groin pull that has nothing to do with anyone hitting her. That has to do with her not working out and actually stretching and getting the proper workout that she needs. She's just like overexerted. But nevertheless, when I'm looking at this and I look at and I say, well, people always say, well, what is the problem? Because I'm on a lot of different chats. I'm on maybe about 15 different Indiana Fever chat lines, and everyone, they're praising this one, praising that one, but they're still not giving the exact. And I'm also talking about their organization. They're not giving them what they deserve. They're not giving them their kudos. And that's why I had predicted a team implosion coming up this year because of the divide. And Bonner did leave. As I knew something was going to pop off, but nevertheless, they're winning. And while they're winning, they're still not giving these champions their flowers. And it doesn't make any sense to me, So
Kelsey Mitchell's won a championship before?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about Howard. I'm talking about what's my other chick name? Let me get them all their names. Sydney. And it's one more that has two championships. Oh, it'd be a Bonner, but Bonner's gone. But nevertheless, but nevertheless,
I think it depends on what channels you follow, because I follow quite a few on YouTube specifically. I'm not so much on Facebook like that, but I've seen a lot of content creators, people talking about Natasha Howard and about Kelsey Mitchell and also Sydney Colson. So I think it depends on who you follow.
Yeah, but we all know that they are the core of the team. They've been the core ever since they started running that motion offense last year. We know that.
Who's the core?
That actually Boston and Mitchell. Mitchell really sparked it off because she's the only one who has a handle that can penetrate in order to really to make the motion offense work.
Ari McDonald has a handle as well.
Who?
Ari McDonald. She's the new one that came. She was there.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about from last year when it.
This season. Okay.
Yeah, when the motion offense was actually implemented. So and the big thing is that Caitlin still only has one hand, and that's what part of the problem is. She has one hand, and when she drives, we all know where she's going. So basically, it's easier to try to cut her off.
But she's not playing right now, though. So
I know. I'm giving you an insight. Why is it more difficult to stick one opposed to the other? Kelsey has quick feet. She can go to the left or the right with no problem.
She's strong on the left.
Yeah, but she can finish with either hand. So it
more so the left than the right. Her jumper comes predominantly from the left.
Yeah, but that's fine. But it still can be done left or right. Caitlin now doesn't have that capability, and for a guard not to have that capability, it's really like a weakness that can really be exploited. So that's some of the things that to me that is going on that people are not addressing and not really looking into. They're just looking at it as, well, Caitlin, it'll be all right. They're only winning because of X, Y, and Z. They're winning because they got champions in here. They're winning because they have proven players in here. They're not winning because of Caitlin. Because remember, out of everyone on the team, Caitlin is the only one who has historically lost. She's lost for 10 years. She has 10 years, a 10-year track record of losing.
Honestly, I feel like they're losing. They're losing. They're winning now more so because of the defense. And it's not just to me. I feel like I'm not giving Aaliyah Boston her credit, leaving her out the conversation. I could tell from last season. I didn't watch her like a whole lot of South Carolina. I'm not gonna pretend like I did. But in terms of like watching her last year to this year, I really feel like she has leveled up a notch. I'm not gonna say like no, she doesn't have no more work to be done. I'm not saying no like that, but looking at her game from last season to this game, this season, like I could tell that she has worked on her game. Like I'm looking at how like she's backing folks in. Backing folks up, getting that in the paint. Like they really couldn't do much with her. The Aces couldn't do nothing with her. The Lynx couldn't do nothing with her. Tonight she was very effective. I didn't watch the game, but looking at her stats, I was like, okay, she must have still been effective again tonight the same way. That 23 and 12 tells me they couldn't do anything with her. Natasha Howard did not start off really well this season with the Fever. Watching her in the games because she had to get herself used to this new team and everything. And sometimes it takes time. But initially, I'll start off this season like she didn't look like a champion. You know what I mean? Like in the first few games. I feel like she's coming more so along now. Yeah. I don't know if that's because Caitlin's not there or because Stephanie White, has them doing some different things defense wise or what. But I like the way she stepped up. Sydney Colson didn't really get a chance to really play. Like they would have her come in 2 minutes here, 1 minute there, which is why I was like, why should she even leave the Aces to go there? Because she wasn't going to have this big role in terms of playing anyway. Now, maybe in the locker room and talking to the youngins about how to win, but I really feel like they recruited her to help keep the Aces at bay because obviously she knows that organization inside and out. I really feel like that's why they recruited her personally because it's not like she's not somebody that fills up your stat sheet. You know what I mean? Yeah, but when I get a chance to watch her play the past few games, and she always plays more or plays the most when they play the Aces. How like she gets the most playing time when they play the Aces. I find it so funny. But I get it because she knows the team, so it makes sense. But I can tell, like looking at her, like her passes, she knows when to shoot, she knows when to pass. I'm like, okay, I can see, her value. And I feel like maybe the Aces underestimated her value within that locker room, maybe, because I feel like her presence is definitely missed. And Kelsey with the Aces right now. But I can see how having Sydney, even without playing a lot, and having Natasha has helped the team. But I really feel like the reason why they have, before today, why they look as good as they did, wasn't really the offense. I really feel like it was everybody contributing. You know what I mean? Like Lexi Hall, like you said, you call her a scrappy old dog. You know what I mean? In terms of like how scrappy she is, like like finding something to do. Like I said, I don't know how she played tonight. I didn't watch the game. Look, her stats don't look that great, but not everything you do in terms of helping to impact wins always shows on a stat sheet. So but when watching her play, like she's not someone that always has like 15, 10 or whatever, but she's always going to get in there. She fights really hard. She's taking all the charge that she can, her little heart can take. Deflections, Sydney Colson active hands when she comes in, like that lead to points. And those little things I really feel like they have had great team wins. And that game specifically with the Lynx that they won, very, very dominantly, by the way, was led by Natasha Howard. Like she led the charge on that, and then obviously everybody else stepped up. But it started with her in that game specifically. But the last game before they lost again to the Sparks today, it's been complete team wins. Like everybody's contributed when they came in. Sophie Cunningham is not a high scorer, but when she came in, she had some key rebounds. She had some really timely threes, some timely shots that she made that helped as well, that helped extend leads or help them, take the lead. So, I really feel like without Caitlin Clark, I feel like that's whatever Stephanie decided to do or told them about or fine, but that while Caitlin has been gone, I think, but then the defense specifically has been a major part of how they won. I think Kelsey last game was really good as well. I didn't see her this game, but last game, watching her and then watching Ari, coming in, and within this team, looking at the different chemistry between the different players. I like the way Natasha and Aaliyah have kind of been forced to play with one another because Caitlin has been out. Typically, like you saw, like it's like Caitlin and AB, like that's her go-to. You know what I mean? But with CC out, you really get a chance to see. If you watch, you get a chance to see like how Natasha Howard and Leah Boston have built some chemistry, especially when they're both in the paint. Like they can't do anything with them. Yeah, they can do nothing with these two right here. You got to keep Aaliyah out the paint. Like she can make some jump shots now. Like last game, they took her out the paint and she started knocking down jump shots. Oh shoot, she doing it all. Okay, but I'd rather take my chances with her knocking down a jump shot than her being in the paint because she's more times than not she's gonna make that layup. You know what I mean? Like
Big time.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, keep her out of there. Keep her and Natasha out of there. Force them to make jump shots if you can.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you with that. I'm definitely with you. Yeah. I just look at when I look at it all. I just my thing is just that who's the young lady who made the comment? I think she works for ABC. She said that
I'm not sure.
that she just said that that the Fever is a better team with while Caitlin is out.
Their defense has been better.
Yeah, and that's one of the bigger things because remember and why when you start talking about why did they bring Sydney over defense because they are when you have to pull a player off of the court in order for you to go forward in the end of a game. In other words, it's like it's glaring and it's telling, and what end up happening is that you no matter how people want to look at it, it's a liability. She has very poor lateral movement. She has very weak upper body strength, and it's glaring. And people mistake I keep saying this. They mistake steals for defense. Steals, it's really like a small part of defense. A lot of steals are just sometimes anticipation, but defense, when you getting cooked, you know what I mean. That's something it's sort of like bleeding. You have to stop it. It's not like steals. When somebody's just cooking you on a regular, it's demoralizing to the team because now the team is looking at it like, oh, now I got to help pick your man up. Now we have to go into a zone.
I don't think Sydney or Bonner were brought in for their defense, honestly. Because there are a lot of players in the WNBA who have better defensive stats in terms of recruiting. I feel like those two were brought in specifically because one, we saw what Bonner did against Caitlin in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have her on this team than have to go against her again in the playoffs. And I really feel like in terms of the aces, you know what I mean? Who better to bring over here? Because one, she's not really getting a whole bunch of playing time. You know what I mean? She's already won there twice. So she may feel like, okay, I already accomplished what I can accomplish here. You know, so you had a better chance. Those two to me, like I said, you can't convince me otherwise. Because if you wanted to get like strong defensive players, you know, there are other players that you could have gone for in W who are stronger defensively. But I feel like you went and got Sydney because she serves the purpose in terms of Asia Wilson. You know what I mean? Asia is a hill you gotta climb. You know, you got to get past that hurdle, you know. And I know that if I'm playing against the Aces, who typically always find themselves, or at least the past 2 years, have found themselves in that Final Four, I know that if I have somebody on this team who knows how the coach thinks, you know, how the organization works, she's on our team. So we have that help here in terms of how to take down an MVP. You know what I mean? With Bonner, you know, I don't fuck it. We'll just okay. Well, we're gonna just go look for these ladies because they know they're so great with defense. No, because City don't really play like that.
Yeah. So how do you even though they suffered a loss tonight, how do you see this going when Caitlin gets back? How do you picture the dynamic going? You know.
Honestly, offense wise, I'm not sure. And I said this on my channel the other day. Like, when I was watching the game, when they played the Aces, I said I honestly feel like they should kind of keep the offense a little bit where it is. I don't think the offense should run through Caitlin anymore. And I'm not saying that because she's not talented or because she can't shoot, knock down her threes. You know, I'm saying it because when you listen to Becky Hammond after the game and they were asking her about the loss, she was saying what's up? I knew you were tapping eventually, Reese. I knew you was coming in. It was a matter of time. But no, Becky Hammond said, I'm paraphrasing. She said that, you know, they prepared for the game like Caitlin Clark was going to play because you spend so much time, you know, preparing for one person, you know, like they weren't prepared for her not playing. And to me, that's just a bad reflection on the coach because she hadn't played God knows how many games. So you should have had a game plan for if she played and one for if she did not. That's just my humble opinion, you know? But the fact is that a lot of teams, they know, like when Caitlin's there, she requires a lot of attention, you know? So when you have, and she also said, like, without CC being there, like, you didn't really know who was going to eat. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term, I mean, you didn't know who was going to have like that night. You know what I mean? Like, who was going to be their go-to. And I think that'll be more so the key of them winning the championship once she comes back. Because if they're going to run everything through her, it's not going to be hard to game plan to stop one person. You know what I mean? That's with
Yeah.
any team. It doesn't matter if it's, Fever. It could be Indiana, the Pacers, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if you're so focused on one person, and one person has the ball in their hand, they turn it over, and it's leading to points on the opposite side, because of all the pressure that's being applied to her. Get other people involved. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
take her off the ball. You know what I mean? Because she does turn the ball over, and that's just no slight. She turns it over. You know what I mean? And let it run, for example, through Aaliyah. Let it run through Kelsey. You know what I mean? Do different things to keep people off, but do not go into it with the same plan you had before, because it wasn't like they were like on like a huge winning streak to begin with. Like, they were like kind of up and down. You know what I mean? I really
Yes.
feel like they found something within getting everybody else involved, with everybody eating, and then the defense being what it's been, before tonight. It's been part of the reason why they've had such dominant wins, like dominant wins. I'm not talking about just barely escaping a win. Like, when they played the Aces the first time, that game came down to like free throws, like the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they won by like 5 or 6 points. But without her in the lineup, they completely bum rushed the Aces. I mean, it wasn't even close, which
Yeah.
tells me that, you know what I mean? Like, with her there, they have a pretty good grip on how to beat this team with Caitlin there. But without
Yeah.
her in the lineup, they're like a little bit like, okay, how do we do this? Like, what do we do? So that to
Yeah.
me says, okay, you know what? Let's try some different things here to keep, for our team to win a championship. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to do that with Minnesota every single time you play them. Like, they're too
Yeah.
good of a team. They're too well coached. Like, they're not going to just get bombarded like that every single game. Their record
Yeah.
is 15-2 for a reason, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So, like, don't expect that to happen every single time. When they play Liberty again, with or without Caleb, don't expect them to like bombard them 20-point win every single time. Like, that's not going to keep happening. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think if people are like, okay, they have CC back, but it's not going through CC, like, okay, so what's the game plan here? I think that'll kind of keep them on their toes, like, okay, how do we do this? And I think it works better for the betterment of the team in terms of winning the championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, most definitely. So, reading this, either Reese, your boy Reese said, "This is the dumbest comment I've ever heard. Better without CC? Question mark. Extreme upper body strength overpowers everybody she drives on, even through contact in every game, literally." Reese, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You're delusional, but I don't want to get into a name calling contest because I'm still respect you as a human being. But CC literally has poor upper body strength, and it shows. And not only that, because she only has one hand, everyone knows where she's going. A tall defender who just has knowledge knows that only thing I have to do is wait for you to get where you have to. I just have to back up and wait for you to get near the court, near the rim.
I mean, you even hear announcers say too, that they talk about, like, like her hands. So, like, they always talk about, okay, you got to make CC go this way. You know what I mean? We know what she's going to do. She's going to pull up, so on and so forth. So people can see like what her go-to moves are, like, it's no shade, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. You know what I want to do? Hey, Reese, I want to hear you speak. I got to hear you speak, bro. If I give you the link, right, and if I let you up, you promise not to curse, right? Yes or no? Just tell me you won't curse.
Oh God.
I have to hear you speak. You want to come up? Yes or no? We got to do this. I have to hear you speak, man, because when I'm reading what you're saying, I'm sitting up here like, is that somebody who's young? I mean, because I'm really trying to get a feel of who you are. You sound like, you know. He said he won't curse. All right, here we go. Here comes Reese. All right.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
All right, look. All right, my brother. I put the link in there. Come on, we're gonna pull you up. I gotta go to a different setting. I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring you back in.
Oh,
We're gonna wait for him to come up.
okay.
You know what I mean? Show your face too, man. Don't be hiding. Don't hide. Don't hide. It's a man thing, Gene. It's a man thing. But anyway, yeah. But I definitely want to just pointing some things out with that when it comes to defense. People don't understand. Everyone looked at AI for years and say, "Oh yeah, he has the steals," but when it was time for the Lakers to turn it on versus the Sixers,
Comments like this just tell me that most people haven't really actually watched the game since like
at all,
1994. I mean, because there's no way you can tell me that there's been one person, only person ever in history of a game to be grabbed or poked or fouled or whatever. You can't on one hand tell me that she's working, she's bombarding through everybody who guards her with her strength, and then say then at the same time complain she's getting fouled too hard. Like, it can't be both. And I mean, she don't really drive to the rim like that. So how is she, how is she getting fouled so hard? And I mean, not foul hard, but how is she being, doubled and blitzed and everything else from the 3-point line? Come on, that's what her thing is. She don't really go inside like that.
Exactly, she doesn't, and she knows. It's so funny how, you've seen her like historically crumble under tight defense by athletic girls. When an athletic girl pick her, I'm not talking about the little girls with the slow feet who try to jump. I'm talking about athletic girls. She struggled immensely. It's crazy. And everyone knows it. And remember, Caitlin never won in 4 years in high school, 5 years in college, even though 2022 wasn't really a year because, of the pandemic. And then also 1 year in the pros. Remember how Barner shut her down and she shot 20% from the 3-point field. So basically, I'm not getting what you're saying about, oh yeah, she's getting poked. She's not. She got historically poked in the eye through high school and college. Is that what you're telling me? Come on now. We can't.
Most people haven't really watched her in high school. I mean, as much as we focus on one person, this is still a team sport.
Yeah,
like regardless, I think like it's crazy. Like, I mean, like I say the same thing in the NFL, but the quarterback's like, oh, if the team wins, the quarterback gets all the praise. If they lose, it's like it's his fault. I'm like, huh?
Where Reese? Oh, you want to say Reese's crap? Is that what you're saying? Rare Rock. Oh, Reese cap. Oh, like I'm capping on Reese at Reese.
No,
cap?
I think he's talking. I think to Cat mean like stop it lies. I think in regards to what he was saying.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to decipher it.
Tell me you're older without telling me you're older.
Exactly.
He's like, Cat playing. Like, huh? What do you mean? Like,
nah, but never.
Reese, come on now. Get the crust out your eye and come on now.
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on. We ain't worried about. We ain't trying to
put your t-shirt on and let's go.
Yeah, be a man. Get up here. Talking on like yin yang. Oh, she's this, she's that. No, she's not. No, she's not.
Get your face on and come on.
She's not. And then we all know, and we all know the theory. Well, part of my theory is that they took people away from the Aces because they didn't want Aja to be seen as the most important woman in all basketball. AKA the MVP. They didn't want to see her as that. And they also
even with that, looking at the Aces this season and looking at the team, it just seems like there's like something going on like in that locker room. They don't feel like a team anymore. Like the past few years, like even like they felt like a team to me. Now I'm just like they feel like there's like players out there just playing.
It's in the chat. The link is in the chat, man. It's right there in the chat. I just posted in the chat. I'm gonna post it again. Bop. There it is. Right there. That's the link.
Because I mean, watching Becky in that game, I'm just like, okay, I get you didn't prepare properly. But like did you not watch them when they played Minnesota? Like nothing at all?
He said he's lying. Nobody needs to double team her. That's true. All they're doing, and thanks again, Rare Rock. All they're doing is saying, hey, look, we all know that Caitlin can shoot from far out, long distance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press you So you can't do that. Now you have to beat me some other way. And this is why you know who's a novice. That everyone who sees that, they say, all the novice Caitlyn fans, they say, oh, why you have to play her full court? I'm like, are you a Neanderthal or what? Because only a Neanderthal would ask that a question. You know what I mean? If you didn't want your kid to put their hand in the socket, what you gonna do? You gonna cover the socket, right? Come on now. Let's stop. You said you make yourself sound foolish by saying things like that. So we all know she can shoot because we all know that. I think is that him right here. We all know in college.
I can't see anything on my end.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I see Rare Rock's comment, but I don't see anybody coming in or anything.
Yeah, but we all know in college that she pretty much. When you look at all her highlights in college, let's be real. 85% of them was wide open jumpers. And it was coming from.
I really feel like we need to stop talking about college because college is like not even close to how ladies play.
I have to use college
in terms of physicality, like in the WNBA, like the physicality is not even close to being the same.
But remember, only reason I'm using college though, I mean, let's just keep it real. The reason why I have to use her college is because her threes are not the same in the WNBA like they were in college. Not at all. They're nothing like they were in college. In college, she was raining them Jones like it was like pouring milk.
That's what I'm saying. The defense is different than W. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's a fair comparison to keep talking about what she did in college or high school, which I really have no clue what she did in high school. But I was like, the W is different. You know what I mean?
But that's the point, though. You have to bring that up because that's when she was raining them. She's not raining them no more.
Well, this season, she was better last season with the threes than this season. This season, I don't know what's going on with her, honestly. She's in, she's out, she's hurt, she's not. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Let me see here. Wherever I said she asked for screens trying to get mismatched. That's why she gets blitzed. Exactly. That
Reese, where you at? What's going on, Reese? Because you be in the comments, you was like, send the link. And now tonight you're taking a hot minute to come on.
Exactly. You know why? Because either Reese is not who he says he is, or
you saying Reese is an imposter?
That's what it is. Yo, if he really is from Philly, and I don't know if he is, but then again, a lot of I'm a Philly bull. So, but I'm just saying, I'm sitting here going, dude, you got a lot of mouth, and he sounds like one of them South Philly bulls. I'm telling you, South Philly bulls is running his mouth like they always do.
Oh man,
hiding behind fake.
I thought this live is gonna get very active in a second. I'm not sure if I want to stay. I'm like, where's this gonna go?
Hiding behind fake law enforcement in South Philly. I already know what it is. Woo! Oh man, but that's what usually goes on with people. When you call them out, you know what I mean? Like, oh, come on up, dog.
I'm really mad I missed the game tonight because I would like to see like what happened. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, so I'm just like, if you can beat Minnesota like that, you should be able to beat the Sparks. Or if the Sparks are not, at least by record, like they're not like a great team, obviously. Like they only have like 5 wins, I think, for a whole year thus far.
No.
Why do you keep saying no link? He said he sent it like 3 times already. You can't see the link? What's going on?
Well, a Rare Rock. If you see the link, right, can you come in? Rare Rock. Can you come in if you see the link? If you see the link,
I can't see it on my end at all.
Oh man, it's right. Hey, I just posted it. It's crazy.
Oh no! Okay, no, I was in the wrong place. Now I see it. No mind. Now I see it. Okay.
Rare Rock, you don't see it either.
I can see it.
All right. Oh, you can see it.
If I scroll back up in the chat, I can see it.
Let me do this. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna get it to you, cause I'm that type of brother. Oh, I'm gonna get it to you. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up over here. But we on I'm gonna go on YouTube, just at Police Sports. I'm gonna go under Kotz's page, and I'm gonna put it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. When I go in the chat and I scroll up, like I can see the link that you put in a few times that way.
That's on my own. No, I'm gonna go on the Kotz's page. Give me 1 more second. Almost there. Just Simply Sports. And both of y'all come up if y'all want to for a hot minute. Come on. Sports. ATJA. Hey, right. Where are you, Katja? There you go. There she is. And there we are. Bow. And does she have... Oh, I got to turn that down. All right. Let's see. Hey, Katja, can you share it? Because I can't get into your page for some reason. I wanna. It's really odd. It won't let me go into your page.
What do you ask me to do? What do you ask me to do?
It won't let me go in for some reason. I'm trying to leave you a message, but it won't let me.
I don't know why they can't see it, because I can see it clear as day in this chat here with me.
Yeah, so I can too. It's so weird. Like it's in the chat and they can't see it, but you and I can. Let me see. Nope, I'm not in a private chat. I'm in a public chat. Yeah, but man, I really wish he can come up. He says no. Oh God, that would have made my night. Oh, Katja just put it in there.
I just put it in there. Y'all still can't see it? I just copied it and just pasted it back in the chat.
See, that's right. Everybody should have a Katja in their life. They really should.
I concur.
Whoa, girl, you too much. You too much. Yeah, but yeah, let's get Mr. Applesauce up here and let him get up here and talk about what he's talking about. But anyway,
so y'all still don't see it now? It's right there, 11:19 p.m. Oh, can you highlight my comment? The last one that has a link?
Can I highlight it?
But it still says no link. I see up here. Can you highlight mine? Like show on stage?
Oh yeah. How about that? Boom.
There we go.
Yep. That's it. Right there. That's why I don't get it. I really don't get why they but that's something to look into though.
Hold on.
Oh, he said it's there. He said it's there.
We know it's there. We see it. So come on.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up. Let's do this. Let's do this. Woo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love slicing Kate up. So
I'm like, I know what sticks I'm putting in there this time. So let's go.
Oh God. You know what? Well, here's mine right here. Are you kidding me? Come on now. See, Kat, why are you gonna be over here front running?
No, I'm just saying. They kept saying they couldn't see it, so I'm just like, I know, like we gotta see one of them.
Yeah, almost definitely. Yeah, but
we gotta see one of them.
Man. Come on up. Let's go. So we can get this discussion going on. But anyway, Kat, so what do you so you think that basically Kate she should be a shooting guard, correct?
That's gonna be I think that's their best chance of winning a championship.
Yeah.
I think because right now teams, they spend so much time focused on her.
Yeah.
And when everything's running through her, like it limits the offense to a certain degree. Because if they're pressuring her, knocking her down, fouling her hard, blitzing her, as Reese was saying, she had to keep passing the ball. You know what I mean? Which could be a turnover. You know what I mean? Because if you're paying attention, it's not really hard to see. We know she likes to go to Aaliyah. That's her girl. You know what I mean? Like, what happened?
Here he comes. All right,
oh,
ladies
God.
and gentlemen, without any further ado, they said he didn't exist, but here he is.
Oh, there he is.
Reese from Philly. What's up, boy? Come on, Reese.
Reese, can you hear us? I can't hear you. I can't think you're saying. I can see you, Reese, but I can't hear you. Oh, I heard something.
Can't hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
There goes my brother.
What's up, Reese? This is a weird angle, though. I'm like, look at the side of your head and your headphones.
I don't know, man.
I got y'all in front of me, so this is where the camera is. I can't do nothing about that.
Hey, Reese, you're a brother, man. I thought you was running from ICE, baby. You're a brother.
Yeah, why you say that?
No,
you didn't know he was he was black?
I thought you was straight South Philly, man. That's all I can say without saying it. You know what I mean?
I mean, Reese from Philly. That he don't sound black to you?
Well, he sounds. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I thought he.
I mean the name when I say that, not the voice. Obviously, it's my first time hearing it too.
Look.
Oh, wait, Reese is in the gym. Hold up. I need to go lift some extra weights tomorrow. I'm like, look at that Reese's arms. Like, hold up.
Now Reese,
for like 4 hours, man.
You working out for 4 hours? You said?
No, I was hooping for 4 hours.
Oh, hooping for 4 hours. Wow. Okay.
So Reese, you play ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it must be a delay. So you play ball.
Yeah, it is like a little bit of a delay too. I hear it.
Yeah. So with you playing ball, you mean to tell me that you don't see Caitlin deficiencies, man? You don't see where she, you know what I mean? Her lateral movement. You don't see any of that?
Yo, Caitlin Clark is a bad on the ball defender, but outside of that, her game is pretty much zipped up.
Yo, are you kidding me, man? Yo, where do you run ball at, man? Where you run ball at?
Anywhere and everywhere. I covered this whole country, dog. I've been doing it for 55 years. Kobe grew up watching me. That's why he shoots like me. And Dawn Staley, I've jumped over her and dunked on her before. And all this silliness about Caitlin Clark look like Steph Curry. That's the most dumbest stuff I ever heard. She plays like KB, and that's it. And everybody sees it. All you see all across black YouTube.
I never said Steph Curry. I don't agree with that.
No, but the world is saying it.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that at all. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, her package is complete. And when you look around the league and you look at these girls that play basketball, there's nobody that's flawless in this league. Everybody has 2 or 3 flaws. She has a complete package, and nobody has ever seen anything like this. The whole world knows it. You can downplay it all you want. ESPN downplays it. The media downplays it. Content creators downplays it, but you can't stop it.
I don't feel like ESPN downplays it at all. I feel like they're always hyping it up. Ever since she really started to make noise. Like when I'm watching First Take, for example, if I'm watching Get Up, they don't really talk about women's sports like that, but specifically First Take. Stephen A is always talking about her being the golden goose, and Shannon Sharp was right behind him when he was on there. It's always they don't really talk about anybody else in WNBA. Except when Asia won the championships, it'll be like, oh, okay, the Aces won, congratulations, and then back to the men's sports. But they spend 15-20 minute segments talking about Caitlin Clark. Now you may have Chanae come on there or Monica McNutt, and they may say something different, like, oh well, Caitlin Clark shouldn't be a part of Team USA because of X, Y, and Z. But Stephen A. Smith is always like Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark.
Yo, leaving her off the Olympic team was, how dumb you have to be to leave Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team?
Why do you think she should have been a part of it?
Number one, she would have sold out the world. She would have brought millions and millions of new eyes to women's basketball, and everyone who plays women's basketball would have benefited from it. Think about the jerseys and the merch they could have sold all over the world. Everybody alive knows what the Caitlin Clark effect is, and they didn't take advantage of it. It was downright dumb. That's why they got dragged in that game when they played the All-Stars, man. They deserved it.
I get from a marketing perspective that it would have been smart to have her there if we're just thinking about marketing. But if we're like going by, like Andrea Carter said it, like if we're just talking about marketing, then I get it. But if we're talking about basketball first, not the marketing part of it, just like the basketball part of it, there were plenty of other ladies as well who also were not a part of that team who could ball as well, like Arike Gubawale, you know, is one person that like she was like, I didn't even bother to do it. Like I went there and then like, you know, it's kind of like a favorites thing. So I kind of pulled myself out the whole thing, you know. But she's one person as well. I think that could have really helped that team as well. Maybe not from a marketing perspective, because nobody really knows who she is across the globe, but in terms of just basketball wise, and they were there to win. I don't think Cheryl Reeves really cares about the whole marketing thing. I really feel like she's one of them old school coaches that think, okay, basketball first. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the coaches are not really in line with, okay, like let's move into the social media realm of things and bringing in, you know, different eyes marketing wise.
You know what? It's not just that they left Clark off the list. They left Angel off too. And they built up this whole fake rivalry and the whole world bought it. It was the perfect time to put both of them in front of the whole world. It would. I don't think people understand that this is a business at the end of the day.
It is absolutely always a business first. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to blow this, man.
No, you think they're going to blow it? Well, one thing I'll say is this: is that the people who favor Caitlin, they're loyal. Because if you remember, you know Ronda Rousey. If you're as old as you say you are, and you said 55 years, you know, and I know that, Ronda Rousey, people to this day still follow her. She got beat so bad she went into wrestling. So even though Caitlin is a good player, don't get me wrong when I say this, Caitlin is a good player, but her hype, but her talent equity doesn't meet her hype. If our talent met her hype, let me ask you a question. I know you laughing. Oh, you could chuckle. If our talent met her hype, right? Tell me this: why does she always fail when athletic girls stick her? Why has she historically failed? And let's just take it. I'm gonna take it back 4 years. 4. That's all. 4 years. She has habitually failed whenever somebody athletic has stuck her. You tell me why.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I know you don't. I already know you don't. So, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because she cannot.
Who are these people?
ISO. Because she can't ISO. She.
Who are these people? Did you just wait? Let me say something real quick. Did you just say that she can't ISO?
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, are you out of your mind, man?
It depends on what day of the week it is, but not tonight.
She can blow out. She can blow past. Wait a minute, whoa. She can blow past anybody she wants to and break the entire defense easily. And everybody has seen that in every single game. What are you doing right now? You saw it.
What was the 2 reasons why she lost both championships?
She's playing with a bunch of nobodies against a laundry list of McDonald's All-Americans, a stacked team. Are you kidding me?
Who was it?
Nobody was looking at Iowa ever or the Fever.
Who was the stacked team that she beat?
LSU.
Can you highlight Ray Rock's comment? He's dropping some comments in the chat.
I can't believe this, man. No smoking on the show. What's the smoking rules? No smoking.
Do you have smoking rules? I don't smoke at all. Do you have smoking rules?
No, I mean, is there no smoking on the show?
No, you can.
Oh, all right. I don't want to violate.
No, you good, man.
All right.
But what I want to know is that when you say that she blows past everyone, then
I'll be right back.
Do you think? So when you say that she blows past everyone, right? Yeah. Right. I'm just trying to really get a great picture of this. Last year, when she was in the playoffs and Bonner was sticking her, and she went 5 for 25 in 2 games.
Yeah.
And Bonner was just, and the reason why they put Bonner on it because Bonner is linky. She has long arms, and all she has to do is follow Kate around and wait for her to pull up. And when she's pulled up, she was stopping at Jay. So I'm just trying to find out when you say she blows by people, she don't go to the cup that often. If she could, I think she would, but she doesn't. She waits for those high pick and rolls so she can get to. No, she does. So she can pull over and pull up with that 3. But a lot of that hasn't happened. Can you tell me why her 3s went down when she came to the NBA? I mean WNBA.
How did her 3s go down when she broke all the records? And she could have logo 3 in every game. And wait a minute, these logo 3s are further away than any man, Curry, or otherwise.
Listen, that's compared to the WNBA. I'm talking about why did they go down from college? Why did they drop significantly?
Could
it be the defense?
It doesn't matter, dog. She's the thing to see, man. You're gonna see logo 3s, whether her percentage went down or not. She's gonna be dotting people's eye. And by the way, most of these logo 3s have a hand in her face like this, man. People jumping at her and not giving her nowhere to land. Come on, man. She gets fouled every time she has the ball. No basketball player that ever lived had that problem. Ever. Not even Iverson.
Oh, really? See,
hell no.
See, when you say stuff like that, that's why I would prohibit smoking, because now I know you're smoking. Because if you telling me Iverson never got hacked up, and if you telling me not like Caitlin,
not man, every single play, every game,
and you in Philadelphia and you're saying that, right?
When Caitlin Clark comes to your town, your coach is going to tell you, pick her up full court. Grab her jersey, dig your nails into her arm. There's still shots of all of this.
Nails into her arm. She's Caucasian. It will show up every time.
You said there's nobody doing that, but if content creators have still shots of people digging their nails in her arms, wait a minute. That means it's happening and you're wrong, right?
Look, when it comes to content creators, they all know that when you talk about Caitlin Clark, and if your channel is devoted to how awesome Caitlin is, your channel is going to grow exponentially. Because her cult following, they're very loyal. I will give them that. You know what I mean? They're going to look for things that look like that single Caitlin now. And that's one thing I don't like about this whole narrative as it pertains to Caitlin, because if you actually watch a lot of the games outside of the Fever, there are other players as well that get fouled super hard, that have their jerseys grabbed, that have themselves slapped across the face at times, that have their arms grabbed. It is not just specific to only Caitlin.
Not every single day. Not every single day.
If you watch them when they play Angel super hard as well. Angel's just a little bit stronger in my opinion.
My bad.
Angel is stronger than Caitlin in my opinion. So that they don't really know. She's so what? No, Caitlin was 6 feet.
She has the biggest legs in the whole league.
She's the biggest who?
Angel got no big legs. Angel's bony as a rail, man.
Her got the strongest quads in the whole league.
I don't think so. I don't think her quads are
she's moving everybody off the mark.
I don't think her quads are stronger than Asia.
Watch this. Guess what you don't know?
I don't know this. I don't know this to be. I mean, I don't know like fact. Like I haven't like on a scale or nothing. But like looking at their legs, I don't think her legs are stronger than Asia's. If I had to pick somebody,
there hasn't been one person in the league yet that Angel can't move off the spot. And another thing is when she brings the ball up, both of you know that no one will come near her, and you know it.
I'm talking about in terms of I'm talking about specifically like the grabbing, because you make it seem like Caitlin's the only one that's grabbed. Like nobody else is grabbed, poked, fouled hard, or whatever.
Everybody gets
like,
grabbed. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. And it's a shame I gotta do this, right? There's no other player that gets grabbed every single play in every single game. No one has ever gone through that. Ever.
Do y'all actually really watch every single WNBA game to know how everybody's being guarded?
No, you don't.
It's so real, right? There's no one alive who could show a highlight reel of any other player, male or female, high school or college, that gets picked up full court every time, grabbed, blitzed, and assaulted the way she has. No one, not even close.
I don't agree with her being assaulted. Y'all that's a very strong word.
What? She has taken dozens of headshots. She's taking shots on dead balls.
And she's also giving some shots on dead balls.
Yeah. Caitlin is not clean like her supporters be trying to say, yo. Listen, you can catch her doing some good stuff.
Let's agree on that.
Yo, listen. That foul on let's talk about the foul on Angel Reese, right? Because everybody went crazy, right? The Caitlin Clark supporters are trying to say, oh, it was just a take foul. Now listen to me for 1 minute. It was just a take foul. But when you slow it down, you see Caitlin Clark swipe over Reese's arms, and then her left hand does a little, and then her mouth does a little like,
She gave a little extra. I said that myself, and they were like coming from my neck.
Right. Nobody would keep it real on the Clark side.
She gave a little extra, like, and we know why she did it. She felt some kind of way that she had fouled Natasha Howard and got away with it. You know what I mean? So she's like, okay, we give you a little, you know what I mean? Like I saw it myself, but you can't tell them that because it's like, oh my God, you know, the first thing they'll say is you're racist. So I'm like, no, it's nothing to do with being racist. Like you can see she put a little extra on that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You don't need that incident to prove racism. There's racism all over the place. People hate Caitlin Clark for no reason at all. And remember one thing, she has never said not one single word. She's kept her mouth shut this whole time, takes the high road every time.
But I don't see where a lot of players are saying bad things about her either. Like I saw a video yesterday. I forgot the girl's name on YouTube. Oh, she's popular. And she did this whole video about how Asia was like super mad that Caitlin Clark's Kobe sold out in like less than a minute, while I guess her shoe was taking longer. And I'm like, I haven't seen any Asia Wilson clip or video of hers coming across as being angry and mad. Like, where'd that even come from? But I feel like a lot of times, like they take. Say it again. What'd you say?
And people in the comments believe it.
Yeah, but I feel like anytime, that's why I think Angel stopped answering questions a lot of times, like at these post-game presses, because you say one thing and they split up and they take like 5 words of what you said, not even the whole conversation, and they make it what they want to make it. Next thing you know, it's trending. Angel Reese says she hates Caitlin Clark, or Asia Wilson's jealous because Caitlin Clark's sneakers sold out and hers didn't. I'm like, where do y'all get that stuff from? But that's how.
Angel Reese has done a lot of. Angel Reese has done a lot of BS. She's deleted it, and literally deleted it the day she did it. So nobody has no record.
Wait. What have Angel Reese done to someone?
I can't remember.
Oh, you can't remember. See, that's when you make yourself not credible.
It happened last year, my dude. It happened last year. I don't remember. I'm not even in the social media.
Okay.
I saw it on a content creator show, and they show receipts. Like from what she really does. She was wilding last year, and everybody knows it.
Wilding about Caitlin, or you mean in general?
A lot of different stuff. She was doing little cheap shots and underhanded, little sneaky, like condescending, little corny stuff that she thought everybody wasn't going to peep. But people out here smart, man. The good thing you say about Angel Reese is she's been quiet. She's been playing like the best big in the league for the past week and a half. I like this new role she has. That coach has figured something out. I feel like if Angel Reese develops some shooting form, right? Because she has that long stride to run a fast break and be deceptive and get past people. She has a little bit of handles for her size. If she get a shooting form and some like pump fakes and spin moves, she will crush this league for 15 years. She's stronger than all the rest of them and younger. Think about it. If somebody works for her, listen, the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese can be real if they're the best two players in the league. And it can happen, man.
Well,
we just gotta
see, this is the myth that has gone out. No one really, even me being an Angel Reese fan, I've never thought that she was going to be anytime soon one of the best players in the league, because realistically, she was a part of a team. What she offered her team was the rebounding. She offered the spark. She was the core that kept the thing that kept everyone together.
LSU.
Yeah, LSU. She was like one of the key, vocal components that keep things running together. She wasn't one of the best players. You know what I mean? So I wasn't expecting her to be that. But now, switch over to Kate. Caitlin Clark. She was projected to be the next GOAT. That's what they was calling her. Now
she's already the GOAT.
God, Jesus.
That's an easy one there.
All right.
Greatest of all time. I can't say she's greater than Candace Parker or the Maya Moore. I can't.
I got a delay.
No. I'm saying I can't say she's the greatest of all time over Maya Moore or Cheryl Swoops, over Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie. Like, I can't put her over those people. No, not yet.
I love all of them, man. I love all of them. I do. I've never seen anything like this from a female ever. Nothing even close.
But let me ask you a question. You keep saying you haven't seen anything like this. So when we say that, it has to see the sum of what you're saying has to equate to something. It can't just be, I've never seen anyone do this before. I remember Leo Rautins played for the Sixers, and everyone raved about his passing, right? You probably remember Leo Rautins. You know I'm talking about. Boy,
who is that?
A young white boy, he number 11. He played for the Sixers. He was good for his
What
passing.
decade was this?
Oh God, man. Oh God, we're talking about Lord, that was the 80s or the late 80s. But
okay, I was just born. Okay, continue.
You getting on my nerves right about now. Yeah, I'm about to call you a Karen. But gotcha, Karen. But the thing is about him, they talking about, he's like the next Bird. That boy was straight garbage. He was garbage, man. And I'm not saying that Kate's garbage, because she's not. But what I'm saying is it has to produce something. And so when I look at Caitlin Clark and I see 6 years, I'm just going to take 6 years of her always losing, crumbling under tight defenses, unable to shake people without a pick, unable to use her left hand, her offhand. Listen, also turning the ball over like hotcakes, because if she had a high IQ, why would you keep doing the same thing? Isn't that just, if I'm passing to people who cannot catch the ball, isn't that the definition of insanity? If I keep doing it over and over again? I mean, just answer the question.
Yo, if you're a point guard, at some point in time, you're going to have to pass the other players the ball. If they can't catch it and they miss layups, those turnovers aren't yours, even though the statistician's going to give them to you. So when you look at Caitlin's turnovers, right, they're not Iverson turnovers. Iverson turnovers are real turnovers. Caitlin Clark's turnovers come from passes that are literally too good for her teammates. That is a fact. There's film of that. So there's not debate.
I feel like her passes were better last season. And I say because I feel like last season, I feel like that was more true than this season. I feel because last season, obviously, it was her first year with AB. They were kind of like still getting to learn one another, not just her, but other members of the team. This year, I feel like being that she has people around who have experience, like the Natasha Howard, Sydney Colson, Lexi, obviously they had time together, Aaliyah Boston, her go-to girl, Kelsey Mitchell. Now I feel like those turnovers are not necessarily because they're not catching it or they're just like not equipped to deal with her high IQ passes. Like, no. Some of those this year are hers.
Yeah, like every point guard that's ever lived has made 2 or 3 bad passes a quarter, right? So when she gets a turnover, that's no bigger than any other guard in the world getting a turnover. But those big,
I feel like y'all like to move the goalposts when it comes to Caitlin. Like on one hand, y'all would be like Caitlin thing. And generally speaking, I feel like I hear people say on one hand, Caitlin Clark is like the best thing since sliced bread, so to speak. And it's like they'll highlight everybody else's flaws and what they did wrong in the game. But when it comes to Caitlin, it's like, oh well, the coach made the dumb play, or called a dumb play. Oh well, Aaliyah Boston lost the ball. I'm just like, where was that? Why don't y'all hold Caitlin Clark to the same standard y'all hold everybody else to?
I just did. You're getting emotional. See, I just said.
I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional.
I just said that every point guard that's ever lived makes 3 bad passes a quarter, and that's overdoing
you justifying it though.
No.
I'm not justifying anything. Caitlin Clark is going to turn the ball over, like it or not. She's going to do it for her whole career, like every guard that ever lived. What the content creators are doing is they're being disingenuous, making it seem like that's what she do, and it's not. Her passes are literally you can see 6-7 times a game. With literally, Caitlin Clark could have averaged 15 assists and 35 points last year. Easy.
Yeah, last year I said that. I said last year you had a point a little bit, but not this year.
Well, let me say
this year she had 3 bad games, right? And guess what? Guess how bad people are, right? Evil. They're literally saying that her injury ain't real, and that's not the reason why she's playing.
It's not real, but I'll leave that alone. But let me say this to you. Wait,
hold on. You said before. Let me ask you real quick.
Wait.
You think she's just sitting on the sideline just pretending to be injured? And if she is, then why? Like, what does she get from that? I'm asking you because you said you don't think she's injured.
I guess she's scared of a couple people. They were saying she was scared to face a couple people. Caitlin, think about this. Imagine this inside your brain. I wasn't asking you. Scared of someone.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, because you said you don't believe she's injured. I know you said that a few times.
No,
so I'm just wondering. So if you think she's faking it, then like, what's the point? Like, what is she getting from that? Like, what do you think?
What is she getting from? No, well, see, remember, we're preluded to her going out this time. Poor shooting, and when she's in a funk, and she cannot justify what's going on outside of these girls sticking her tightly, what end up happening is she gets a subconsciously. She got her little anxiety or whatever goes on with her, and now she's going to exacerbate whatever is going on with her leg. So now, let me answer. I'm gonna answer your question, bro. Reese, here you go. All right. So when it comes to Caitlin throwing these passes, let me explain to you something about me being playing with a big man. All right. When you're passing to a player, it's not so much that you're putting the ball where it's supposed to be. It's more about, are you passing the ball to where they can get it? Because
exactly
their hands and their flow, it's not going to be like everybody look, oh my God, she passed it right there. It was right at her knee. Some people can't pick up the ball like that. If you notice, a lot of big people, they clumsy. So you got to work within the parameters of their talent and pass them the ball. It just can't be the same for everybody. So when she passes the ball,
Rock says she won't have a career long enough. If you highlight his latest comment.
Yeah. So when she passes the ball, Reese, what you're looking at sometimes is when I see her pass the ball to the same person and it keeps going off their hands at a certain place because she'd be trying like a long bounce, and a long bounce got a lot of hum on it. It got a lot of spin on it.
Yeah, a lot of English.
Yeah, it's spinning. So when it spins and you hit them hands, what's going to end up happening? It's going to go right out their hands. And if you know your co-player got hands like open windows, I'm not going to throw you the ball like that. I'm gonna throw it to you like a little lob, like a lollipop. I'm gonna throw it overhead, opposed to giving you a bounce. So that's why I credit her thing to her. I be like, these same chicks be bouncing. It'd be the same people fumbling them balls sometimes. So that's why I don't accredit her as astute as they say they are. But go ahead, Reese. I'm sorry.
I don't even have no response to that.
I know you don't, bro. I know you don't. Bye.
For real, yo. You just made all that up.
You think I made that up? You think
she gets turnovers. These passes be perfect. And they drop them. And you know it because you saw what I saw. We didn't see different things, man.
No, they don't.
You're not being real right now.
I think I think last season more so, like to what Reese is saying, I feel like last year, like they weren't ready for some of her passes, which is why her turnovers was super high last year. This year, though, with having more experienced players around her that are more prepared, that have a higher IQ, when she does turn it over, I can't put it all on them. A lot of times I'm like, that was a bad pass. You know what I mean? Like I can't say it's like just because like they're not prepared for her, like what she's doing. Yeah. Like some of them, like some of turnovers are obviously because she's being pressured really hard. That's number one. You know what I mean? And pressure creates turnovers. You know what I mean? And that aside from some of the passes are just bad, and sometimes they may lose the ball. You know what I mean? But what game was that? A few games ago, I think her turnovers resulted in what? Was it 20-something points for the team? 32 points? What game was that?
Mm-hmm.
What game was that? It was like maybe
one of the bad games when everybody was saying she had a fake. And it's funny how like she came back from an injury. Everybody knows she came back from that injury early, and when she did, she had lift on her jump shot and gave one of the best basketball performances ever done by a woman.
New York,
and she did it against an undefeated team. It was incredible. It was history. The next game, she has no lift on her jump shot at all, and they're saying she's faking it. It's crazy. She's the only shooter in the league that literally raises off the ground, does a crunch in the air, and shoots like a man. Fades in the air to the left. All the other girls in the league shoot that same push jump shot. That ain't even fun to watch. She's the only one that shoots like that in the whole league, except for maybe Asia Wilson.
And I think that's why you guys are so enamored with Caitlin Clark is because of her threes. Like, if you took away her threes, I really face what you guys. Whenever I see comments, it's talking about Caitlin Clark from the logo, Caitlin Clark from here, pulling up from there. But outside of that, and I'm just being completely like, I don't have a dog in this fight. I mean, she's not like my favorite player. She's not the worst player. Like, I'm in the middle when it comes to it. But aside from that, it's like y'all act like she doesn't have anything else to work on. It's like she's so fantastic. There's nothing else to work on. Like, she doesn't need to work on her handles. She doesn't need to work on fishing around the rim. Like, she doesn't need to work on pressure. Like, you know, like a lot of comments are like that's not a thing. I'm like, are we watching the same games?
I love both of y'all, man. I promise you I do. One thing I'm begging you to stop doing up here is talking about her handle. You are making yourself look very silly doing that. Do not talk about her handle anymore. Her handle is savage.
I don't know. Maybe
there's a whole highlight reel of her dropping people, crossing people, changing direction. It's insane. Oh my gosh, she sham got it, somebody. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious right now?
Mm-hmm. I am.
And she does this at full speed. Like, she be full speed and stop on a dime and go through her legs behind her back.
Let me ask you one question. And I'm serious when I ask you this question. Every time you said something about her, it was everything is someone else's fault. It's pokes in the eye. It's nails being dug in her skin. And she's Caucasian. You would see them from a mile coming.
You do.
No, you don't, man. No, you don't.
If they're there, they're there. How you going to erase them with your feelings, bro?
Do you think this country, if that went down, if she had marks in her skin, do you really think that someone wouldn't have those shots up on social media somewhere? Be for real.
So you asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Why did I see him and you didn't? Don't you watch the Caitlin Clark content creators? All of them got it. It don't even matter who channel you go to. You go find it.
They're showing post-game marks on her arm that she got scratches all up and down her arm.
No, they got still shots. They got still shots of people nails in her arm like this. Literally. The nails are there. You want to see blood or something like evidence.
I don't want to see blood.
If the picture ain't evidence, I don't know how to help you. Bro.
No, all you got to do really is grab somebody who's light skinned or who's a lighter complexion, like firmly, and you'll see a bruise. It'll bruise instantly. So that's why I'm asking you. You don't think that they would show that? Come on, man. They would.
Watch this. Even if they didn't, right? If there's still shots of fingernails dug into her skin, is that enough for you? That's not enough. You want to see blood,
dude. For the receipt. Everything is everybody else's fault. The reason why she lost, everybody else's fault. The reason why she didn't get 15 assists is somebody else's fault. Everything is somebody else's fault. But why is it that why is she bricking? Tell me why she bricking. It ain't the defense, though, is it?
You said something up here about watching the games, that people don't watch the games, right? I don't think you watched the games. Did you see how Christy Sides was coaching the fourth quarters of games last year?
Well, you talking about when she took Kate out?
Did you see all the dumb stuff she did over and over and over again? And this chick that's here now is even worse. She's trying to run some.
I'm not gonna play mind reader. Go ahead, tell me what you saw.
What Christy Sides did last year was criminal, yo. It's almost like she was against Caitlin Clark. It was weird.
What did she do that was criminal? They started off awful, and they finished the year a lot better.
Yeah, they were the worst team in the league, number one. They lost like their first 9 games or something, but somehow
they went one for 8 their first game.
Yeah, right.
The first
somehow basic Caitlin carried the worst team in the league into the playoffs.
Kelsey Mitchell carried that team. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
Yo, you on drugs, dog.
Okay.
You tripping right now.
I'm not the one that
backcourt combination of them both is what got them to the playoffs. It wasn't one or the other.
Kelsey Mitchell has always been Kelsey Mitchell. She get buckets. Caitlin Clark is a sideshow like no one has ever seen. And that run that she took after the All-Star game, it took that run after the All-Star game murdered that Rookie of the Year conversation. And content creators so damn dumb tried to drag that along through the whole season, and all they did was make Angel Reese look bad by doing it. It was
at first in the beginning, before like leading up to like All-Star game, and then like a little bit after, it was very much a competition.
Yo, so I want to see if y'all keep it real, right?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That double record last year.
Okay.
There's about 7 or 8 of them doubles that ain't even real. Keep it 100.
Why is it not real?
What makes it not real?
No one alive has ever seen stat pattern to this degree. Ever. They were putting Angel in the recent. They were putting her in the game when she had 9 points or 9 rebounds, and literally one of her teammates would miss a shot deliberately. The other teams were helping her during blowouts and everything. They were everyone saw it, and they'll all lie about it. All of her supporters have lied about it so far. All of them.
So I might be inclined to agree with you if the double thing has not been something that Angel's been doing since back in high school. A lot of people really know like Angel's history. Like if you really go back to her history, like the double record she has been breaking since high school. And even Paige, who has played with her way back in AAU, said Angel has been doing this. Like she's been doing the whole double thing. So if this is something that was just new for her, I might say, okay, you know what? There's some stat pattern going on here. Like what's really happening? But because she has a whole history of like doubles and breaking those records, I'm gonna go with with her history.
There's no doubt about it. Angel Reese is a walking double. Period. But what we saw last year was the most obvious stat pattern that we ever seen. Everyone saw it, man. Everyone saw it. That she didn't need that. She was going to get more doubles than everybody else, regardless. They did it to try to keep that stat. There was a campaign to try to keep her in the Rookie of the Year conversation. That is called the Caitlin Clark effect. There's no other player they would have done that for. Ever.
Okay. But for one thing, let's get something straight. They don't do things like that for black people. Let's get that out the way.
In that league, they do. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. This is the WNBA we're talking about, bro.
Bro, who was the top players in the WNBA for real? I'm talking about most decorated. It wasn't
black women since the beginning.
It wasn't. Okay.
Yo.
No, I'm not talking about from the beginning. I'm talking
she has the best whistle in the league, and they guard her soft. They do it on purpose. No. It's a woke mafia, the WNBA.
They guard who soft?
Woke mafia.
Angel Wilson.
No, Angel Reese is not guarded soft. Stop it. No, she's not.
No, not Angel Reese. Not Angel Reese. Angel
Wilson.
Oh, Angel Wilson. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you a question. And I already put out a clip on this, and you can find it on my page when you get the time, okay? When when Kate came back and played against New York, Natasha Cloud wasn't sticking her like she was before. They actually they took her off of her as a defender. And every 3-pointer that she had, except for one, it was people at least 6 feet away from her. This is what I believe.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
When she came back and played against New York,
7 3-pointers.
Natasha Cloud was sticking her the game before. She's the one who swiped the ball from out of her arm, right? From under her arm. Now, when Kate came back that against New York, a lot of those shots, those 3-pointers, all but one, was like wide, was wide open. They was like 6 feet. No.
Can you pull it up? Are you able to pull it up here? Can you pull it up?
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna look for it real fast on my page, and I can.
And even if he does, all I want to know is why are you even saying that?
Oh,
what do you mean?
No.
What's your point?
No. I got a point. My point is this: I truly believe. If you look at it, remember Sabrina Ionescu, she was pissed off at the beginning, at the end of the game, but Stewie was over there with her head down. Remember, Stewie was the one who was laughing with her. I truly believe their coach was like told Howard, like, don't stick her. Who would leave Caitlin Clark open from at the 3-point mark? Who would allow her to dribble up court uncontested? Not
All right,
New York.
Look,
New York.
She hit 7 3-pointers in that game.
Bro.
4 of those 3-pointers had a hand in her face. One of them was in Breonna Stewart's face.
No,
it was the third one. And the one right before,
oh my God.
the one right before that, all she did was bring the ball up the court, stop right in front of the defender, and just dot her eye.
If you can, pull the clip up.
I'm about to pull it up. Yeah, I'm about to pull it up because you know what, bro? But y'all go ahead and tell.
All right, so watch this though. What about the hundreds of threes she hit right in people's eyes, and the best defenders, by the way, last year, all last year, and for the past 3 years? What are you saying right now, man?
I mean, look. I think we're not going to sit here and pretend like she don't hit nice threes, right? Or at least I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I'm not. Like I said, for me, when it comes to 3-point shooting, there's nobody better than Steph Curry. That's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? So for me, when I look at 3-point shooting, I'm looking at Steph, and Steph to me is at the top of that mountain. There is nobody else even close to it, and that's just my humble opinion. And that's with all due respect to Caitlin Clark. But I think because Steph is so great when it comes to 3-point shooting,
that might be the best shooter
he doesn't need to shoot the 3 to still be great. Like his handles are sick. Like Steph can get past any defender, 2 or 3, no matter what it is. I don't see that in Caitlin Clark right now. I don't see the same sick handles you see. I don't.
Go watch
a game. This crazy change in direction. I don't.
Go watch one game. Go watch any game and you'll see.
I don't see what you see. I think because you'll
see her cut people up on every other play.
No, I don't. I'm not a highlight watching person. I have to watch the game for myself to see what actually happened. But when it comes to Kate, I got a delay, y'all. I feel like you have your Caitlin Clark blinders on, and like you don't want to see anything outside of how awesome she is.
This is what
respectfully.
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to start doing, right? Because I got a channel. I'm going to put together a Caitlin Clark highlight reel with her handles and shut all of this up because nobody's ever seen anything like this from no other female player ever. You can't say her name and you can't show her
ever. Yeah, like nobody's really cared to watch it before.
That's not fair.
I think it's the truth. Like it is. Like I've been watching ESPN like consistently for like the past 4 years. And before Caitlin Clark got to the W, they were not really talking about women's sports at all. Like I said, they may give Asia Wilson a shout out here and there. Like if they won, MVP, Asia, congratulations. Oh, the Aces won. Look at the championship parade. Look, here they are. That's about 20 seconds and that's it. I'm like, I never seen them talk about Sabrina Ionescu because she could shoot her threes as well. It may not be, I guess, as fancy as Caitlin, depending on who you ask, but she also can knock down threes while she was going against Steph in that 3-point contest at the All-Star weekend. You know what I mean? So you have other players there who can knock down threes, but they have focused more so and marketed Caitlin like she's the only one when she's not. Now, if we're going to go back in history, if we can't go back, but if, let's just say for argument's sake, if they did market the game as a whole, WNBA, as many players as come through, if they marketed Lisa Leslie to me, they market Caitlin Clark. They marketed Candace Parker to somebody, they market Caitlin Clark. I really feel like we would have more highlights from other players. But because they didn't really do that back then, no one, I guess, cared to do it or didn't really want to do it. I'm not sure which one. It's kind of just like, oh, look at all the highlights about Caitlin Clark. But nobody really did that for them at all. They didn't really care to do it.
Nobody pushed the needle like this before. Everything was like, it was just like more of the same over and over and over again. And the reason why everybody has their eyes on Caitlin Clark because nobody ever seen a girl perform like this. Ever. We got to take it for what it is.
I don't think her game is levels above Sabrina Ionescu.
If you consider what she did in her rookie year, like, come on, mathematically, nobody's ever seen anything like that. She has a better highlight reel than any woman that's ever played basketball already, and she's only played 1 year. I went back and looked at Taurasi's highlights, Sue Bird's, Candace Parker highlight reel is savage, but no one is even close to having that excitement like Caitlin Clark inside the circle or outside of it.
I think, like I said, I think a lot of that is because of how the media has hyped her up. Media plays a big part in this stuff, whether people really realize it or not. Like when you hone in on one person, be it good or bad, like you can really program people and how they think.
Hey guys,
like if you focus solely on Angel and her bricks and how she's missing layups, like people only think that she just misses layups. Like she can't do anything else. If you actually watch her, you can see shit. But that's what I'm talking about. Just like what you see with highlights. Like if you focus only on one person, like you can make that person the hero of a story or the villain in a story. Like it's not hard.
Angel's gotten a lot better, man. Angel's gotten a lot better.
Of course she has. I'm just using as an example. I'm just saying.
Yeah, last year it was.
Oh, this is it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn it down because I want to hear my talking over it. But all right, so we look. I hope you guys can see it. Lord have mercy, it's kind of small.
It is kind of small, but okay, go ahead.
All right, so we're gonna take it back a little bit here.
Yo, didn't she hit 3 3-pointers? She had already hit 3 3-pointers by the time we got to this point, right? Oh no, this is early in the game.
Okay, yeah, it's random going through real fast. Okay, come on. Yeah. Now watch this. Bop. Now you see where she at? 27 feet. See where she pulled up from. Crazy. Now I'm a still shot it though. Watch this. Look how far away they are right there. Look how far
what's your
away
point,
it is.
though?
My point is she ran up into that 3-pointer. Who allows someone to run up court? Who allows that?
I got a better question. Who is expecting someone to pull up from there? You have to change your whole entire defensive scheme.
Wait. No. Wait, let me ask you a question. Wasn't you the one who said she pulls up from the parking lot? Wasn't you the one who said she shoots out far? Isn't that her scouting report? So we all expected then. We all expected. So
why is that fool right there 6 feet back?
All right, here we go. And that's my point. Here's the team that just played.
But you're acting like everybody does that, and that's a lie. Everybody is great.
Listen. I didn't listen. All I'm asking you is a question. Forget everything else. I'm just saying, why is she allowed to shoot from there? Why was the defense back that far?
On that particular play, it's a simple answer. That player made a bad defensive decision. I don't know what your point is.
Next one. Okay, let's play the next one. Here we go. It's going to play. Wait a minute. Give it a second. I was talking trash.
I also want you to play the dozens and dozens of 3-pointers.
Here comes the other one. Now, I want to get. I'm going to get through these joints. Come on now. Listen. Now watch this. Now look where she at. That was a high pick and roll, right? So they did a high pick. Now watch this. She goes over. Boom. She steps back. Why is that defender? Now look. Why is these defenders doing that? When she gave a pick here, right here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
This defender right here is supposed to step up. Now watch right here. Now look at this. Now watch this. Look at this one. Watch this. Why was she allowed? Look how far away she is. She dribbled into the lane and came all the way back out. This girl right here, the black girl in the middle, she's running towards her. Who would leave a shooter open that wide?
So I got a question. Did ball movement? Did ball movement cause that?
No. She's the point guard. She is the ball. She is the ball. Now watch this against Stewie. Watch this. Why is Stewie so far away from her? Caitlin has one hand. You can pressure her to run in. She only has one hand.
Wait a minute. Watch this. See how Stewie's guarding her right there?
Exactly.
Inside of your brain, you don't really understand why she can't guard Clayton closer than that.
I know why.
Because she'll blow right by her. That's why.
But she has one hand.
No, it don't matter. The one hand she does have is unstoppable.
No. Oh God! So
there's nobody who's unstoppable.
If Stewie takes one step forward, she's mincemeat. She'll be behind her.
We have seen. I think your point is that we've seen the Liberty guard and defend a lot better. Like, I mean, we've seen them defend at a high level. Like, this is not the norm for them.
But they grabbed her and beat her up in this game too, though.
Oh,
they've gone. These are the reigning champs. Like, they've gone against Caitlin before. Like, this is the first time playing against her. So, like, knowing what she's capable of, like, come on.
They still beat the crap out of her in this game. They beat this team. These two teams beat the crap out of each other in this game.
Natasha Howard wasn't guarding her in this game like that. They took
Natasha Cloud.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Natasha, she wasn't guarding her like that, and it's a shame that the coach allowed it, because the coach should be slapped in the face, because there's no way in the world you'll let this girl who Caitlin can move north south, but her lateral movement is trash. So
that's not true either. That's not true.
It is. It's true. That's why she always get D'd up.
No,
see, and you know what else?
She does not get D'd. She's never been D'd up ever, dog. They grab her and that's it. If you don't grab her, she'll score.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
I just did.
Did you know that 65% of the time her opponent outscores her or have equal score to her? Did you know that?
Yo, you digging for everything.
You got to. You want to use you use analytics. Let's use them all the way.
Watch this. Look. Every little flaw you could try to find, you could find like 6 records that have been broken by a rookie.
Watch this. That same hand.
Why can't they block it?
They can block it.
They're like 6'5". They never block it. Well, yes, they do. They rub that shit sometimes. Sometimes they get it out of here. I ain't gonna lie.
They allow her to run down. Yo,
That's not true.
Dude, it ain't nowhere in the world I would allow somebody who had one hand. I wouldn't even be standing in the middle. I would stand right on that right side and just wait for her, because I know where she has to go.
Yeah, well, if you did that, she wouldn't go there. She would just shoot a short jumper in your face. It's impossible to guard her, dog. She has too many weapons.
Okay, stop it. Stop. Come on now, Reese.
It's way too many weapons.
Look at the body language.
She's not impossible to guard. No, come on now. Come on.
If you don't grab her, she'll score.
There's nobody who's impossible to guard, NBA or WNBA. Like that to me, is crazy. Like, there's nobody who's unstoppable. There's nobody who's unguardable. Come on now.
Kobe was unguardable. McGrady was unguardable. Penny was unguardable. Grant Hill was unguardable. Jordan was unguardable. What?
Penny
Hardaway was unguardable. Jordan himself couldn't guard him.
Oh my God.
Or Pippen.
Now. Yo, Penny would check out of games by himself. He didn't have to be guardable, dude. Penny was a guy. You know who Penny was? If you want to think about players, Penny had this thing on the side of his head where he would just check out. Like, you'll be like, yo, where's Penny at? And you wouldn't literally know that he was on the court, because the way he would just check out mentally. You can't. How are you using
what team was this he was on? Penny Hardaway from Orlando with Shaq?
Orlando Magic. Penny Hardaway.
Wow.
Babyface boy who had his own Dow, Tyra Banks commercial. Penny Hardaway. Yeah. No, yeah. Right now. Are you kidding me? That boy would check out. I'll be like, where is this Negro at? Where is he at? Yo, Penny, and look, Rebecca Lobo, another bum. She's a bum.
Oh, God.
And all
That's
she
messed
did,
up, yo.
And all she did was she feasted off of. Listen, I used to watch the WNBA the first 10 years.
Me too.
I just came back the last 2 years. Listen, Rebecca Lobo was a bum who feasted off of other girls, and they allowed her to be in the circle because they needed representation.
She wasn't no bum in college, y'all.
She played for a powerhouse team. She was a bum. She
in the pros, yeah. Nah.
Okay.
She was a bum in the pros. You got me there. Everybody knows that.
And she get to keep her job. She get to be here. She get to do all these things. She get to have an opinion. And here's the real people. Here's the real people that people should be talking about. But no, she's over here talking about, oh, Caitlin Clark had a good game. Caitlin Clark was pulling up. She was pulling up where it didn't make it. It just didn't make any sense, bro. It made no sense the way they was guarding Caitlin. Wait, I'm sorry, bro. I'm bringing you back in. Hold up. Got to get the right one. I don't use this much over here like this on 3. Oh, okay. Man, fix your camera, man. Fix your camera, brother.
I'm like, where he is? Oh, there he is. Okay.
Nah, but that's what I have to say about her, man. She, New York allowed her to score, and Nescu said it best. She said at the end of the game, you can go look at my clip on my page. She said we gave her a lot of easy ones, and the whole time her teammate was looking down. Stewie was looking down. That was a guilty look. You know why she was guilty? Because they know the fix was in.
It's wild because
hold on. So you're saying, I think we spoke about this, one-on-one.
He said the fix was in. That's crazy.
Look, I mean, like you said, we all can agree this is a business. I mean, so the viewership was going to be higher for the Fever versus Lynx in an in-season tournament than Liberty versus Lynx.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that's exactly how they got to that game. Because they beat the Liberty in this game, and the point differential is how they had the one up on them. Because Liberty had beat them before. If they had beat them by like 1 point or 2 points, the Liberty would have been in that in-season tournament versus the Lynx. But viewership eyes, we all know, we can agree that it would be more eyes on that game in the in-season tournament with Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever versus the Lynx than Liberty versus the Lynx.
I watched that whole game. The Fever dogged them. They earned that. And then nobody let Caitlin do nothing. Even 2 of them shots he just showed had a hand right in her face.
They didn't have no hand in her face. They didn't collapse.
Yes, they did. You stopped it.
Like that.
This is what you did.
Where was Cloud at?
Let me explain something to you. This is what you did, and you did it strategically. You paused it when the player was back. You didn't show the part where they jumped up in front of her and had their hand right up in front of her face. Twice. In 2 of those, you just showed.
No. You can go look at it, bro.
You can show them again. They jumped right at her and put their hand right in her face.
The only person who jumped up in her face was Stewie.
No, the other girl did too. The one that was wearing the foul line.
And Stewie was already 6 feet behind her. Stewie, see, this is the whole thing about Kate. You can flush her into the middle. It's cool. When do she ever pull up with a 21-footer? She don't.
All the time. All the time.
Okay.
You the one that don't watch the games.
Okay.
She did it in college and the pros.
Okay.
Beautiful mid-range jump shots. Floating to the left. It's insane. After she gave somebody a shoulder shimmy. Damn, bumped off of it. Step back.
I'm not gonna go by college because the level of physicality and defense is very different.
All right. I can't, man.
Yep. If any of those players would have stepped up to her, they would have ended up behind her, and she would have ended up doing a fly pass. So if
that's the case, then. So what happened during the playoffs when they had Bonner guarding her?
Exactly.
They beat the living
in the playoffs.
Nobody ain't never seen it like that. They crap up.
Bonner was on her. She was her primary defender. Did Caitlin still shoot? Yes, but 20% is not her norm.
No, it ain't.
So her shot efficiency was affected by the way she was being defended.
Oh, you know what's funny though? Worst team in the league was in the playoffs. How y'all feel about that?
Oh man, you just keep.
What worst team in the playoffs?
The worst team in the league was led to the playoffs by a rookie.
Okay, you're not answering the question. I'm asking
Fever
very
was the worst team in the
specifically
league. That's why they got
about the Fever versus the Connecticut Sun. Because you're saying that she's unguardable, all these different things. But if you watch that playoff run, that series, they had Bonner guarding her, which is why they brought Bonner there, hoping that she would be add, something to that team. It didn't work out. But if you watch those games, she was a primary defender. Her shooting efficiency was down, like in a 20-something %. That's not her norm, which tells me that what she was doing was affecting her shot. So if you're telling me that she's unguardable, all these different things, then what happened in the playoffs?
The same thing that happened through the whole year. DeWanna Bonner grabbed her that whole game, even when she didn't have the ball. And everybody knows it. You can go watch it again. It's sad, man. It's the only way to guard her is to grab her. If not, she will break free or blow right by you or shoot your eyes.
Caitlin is not that fast. Be blowing bypass people. Okay,
Kelsey's faster than everybody else. There's 50 plays where you can see her outrunning the other 9 people.
Kelsey's faster, and so is their new player, Ari McDonald. She's not fair. She doesn't have no crazy speed. She don't have crazy speed. No, she don't.
She's faster than everyone else. She blows by everybody. Even when she gets the rebound, she's down at the rim before everyone else. She's done it like 15 times.
Dude. Bro,
you're laughing like I said something silly in this video receipt.
I really don't know what you're watching, man. But one thing I do know, she's a loser from high school to college to the pros. I do know that. And I know
her high school team was trash. Her college team was trash. The Fever were trash. The Fever's still trash.
Lord, yo, that she's kicking in, baby.
Every team she's went up against is a bomb stride dressed with McDonald's All-Americans in college and the pros when they lost.
Well, why did
look at the Aces? There's bomb squads all over the league. The Fever ain't got nothing. They were the worst team in the whole league.
When?
They had the worst record before Clark came there.
Let me ask you a question. Who was the rookie of the year before Clark?
Leah Boston.
Exactly.
So what?
So when you say, they didn't have anything.
She wasn't the best big. All she had to do was beat out a bunch of nobodies. That was real easy. That was the easiest rookie of the year ever.
I mean, you see how you always move the goalposts every time somebody.
They were nobodies, and oh my God.
It doesn't matter. Listen, let me ask you a question. What was their results this year, last year, opposed to 2023? What was the result?
John died. Huh?
Oh, your camera? Oh.
Yeah, it died.
Oh, yeah, come on, man. You got to get a thing battery, brother. Come on now. You got to get what do you call them? Dummy batteries. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, bro, come on, man. We can't do that, man. We can't do that. We have to keep it a buck, right?
You won't do it though. You won't do it.
Reese is a diehard Caitlin fan. He's not going to say anything.
I'm not even a diehard Caitlin fan.
No, I can't tell. I don't believe you. I think you're lying.
All I'm doing is talking about what I saw, and that's it. This is greatness, and I'm gonna talk about it.
You move the goalposts every time, though. In every situation, if Caitlin is playing great, you're like, oh, she's playing this because she's this, that, and the third. And the minute that we call out a situation where it's like, okay, she wasn't so great, you're like, oh, because they were grabbing her. Oh, because the players couldn't catch the passes. Oh, because the coach was dumb. Oh, because this coach is dumb. Like you, I
was saying that. Listen, the reason why I say that.
Every time we mention something, you've never just said, you know what, Caitlin did not have a good game right there. You know what? She was not good in that series. You give something. In college she was great, but her team was trash. Oh, but she was good, but everybody on her team wasn't good. Oh, Leah Boston, that was the easiest year, to be rookie of the year. It's like you find a way to discredit everybody but Caitlin, like the whole conversation.
The whole reason why I do that is because the content creators won't. The content creators that talk against Caitlin will not say these things when all of them are true.
But that's not true. If you look at John the Liquidator, like he's heavy on Caitlin Clark. Micah talks hoops. He's heavy on heavy.
No. I'm not talking about them. They do it. I'm talking about the people that talk against Caitlin Clark. They never, ever, ever keep it real. They dance around all those facts when they're talking about her turnovers and she never wins.
But you just did too.
No.
You danced around stuff too.
I add context. When people are going against Caitlin Clark, they just say she turns the ball over. Da, 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 da. And they just make up stuff and lie. And it's sad, man. That's the
but your context is still biased, because there hasn't been one time throughout this whole conversation that you joined the conversation where you said, you know what, in this game specifically, or that playoff series, whatever it was, Caitlin, so on and so forth. Okay, she should work on X, Y, and Z. Like, you sat here and made somebody she has nothing at all to work on at all. No, every time we brought up something, you're like, oh, well, it was the coach last year, and how many things did she blow in the fourth quarter? Oh, Aaliyah Boston, the team was trash. You don't have nobody. And then he says, well, Aaliyah Boston's rookie of the year. Oh, well, that was the easiest year to win it. She didn't really have no competition. Okay, so there goes that. Okay, what about the playoffs when her shooting percentage was down? Oh, well, Bonner was grabbing her the whole time. Even in Dead Ball situation, she was grabbing her, pulling her, holding her arm. It's like every time you move the goalpost to somebody else. You've never once, for me, if you're gonna call, I'm okay if you're a Caitlin Clark fan or whatever, that's your business. But if you're gonna call a spade, then call it a spade. You haven't called a spade at all with her deficiencies not one time. You're like, oh, yes, everybody has deficiencies. Everybody has flaws.
Let's tell the truth, right? I said, number one, that's not true. I said she wasn't perfect. I told you she was a bad.
Nobody is, but that's not called
no. You just said I tried to act like she didn't have no flaws. That's not what I said.
That's a very general statement.
I also agreed when he said that she didn't have no left hand, so that's wrong. And about all
you said she can go either way.
Now wait a minute. All those things I said, were they true?
From your perspective,
yes. No. When something happens in the world, right, you can't unhappen it with your feelings. Those things happened in the world, and everyone saw it.
I absolutely did see that in the playoffs, she could not do nothing with Bonner guarding her. That absolutely did happen.
Why? Finish your comment.
Because she's a better defender than she is a shooter.
Because she stayed on that right hand, because she has no left hand.
That's exactly why they brought her on this team.
And that's why my boy Rare Rock said, when she do that left hand push off, that really is illegal because she fully extends her arm.
Ain't nothing illegal when if somebody's close enough to you, to your shoulder, that you can push them off, they're too close. That means the ref didn't call a foul. That's what a push off is. A push off means the ref did not call a foul.
If I impede your progress, that's a foul. If I don't impede your progress, that's not a foul. What are you talking about?
So you could be on somebody's hip like a beeper?
Huh?
So you could be on somebody's hip like a beeper the whole time?
No, I never said they can touch you. I said they can run with you. They can run alongside you.
They can't ride you like a beeper, though.
They can ride. Yes, they can. They can.
No, they can't. It's a foul. You can tear somebody's Achilles like that.
No,
thrusting your hips out like the way they do her. And come on, man, stop it.
She don't do
grab her off arm and thrust their hips out. Everyone who guards her does it. One day soon, she's going to step on somebody's foot and roll her ankle to the inside. It's going to happen.
Here's the acid test, and I'm going to say this with my full chest. She's trash because she had to pick up 3 WNBA champions. They had to pick up 3 champions in order for her to be somewhere.
She's not trash.
Who's not trash?
Trash.
Cece.
Yo, that's a good clip, yo. I hope somebody got that.
Oh yeah, please. She's trash.
She's not trash.
Let me.
I can't call her trash. I can't do that.
Let me see something real quick, y'all, because this is not fair. I'm about to get out of here.
All right, go ahead.
If y'all can't see me, it's not fair. So look, I want to see if y'all keep it real. Have y'all ever seen anything like this from a female?
Yeah.
Who?
What's her name? Tina.
Thompson.
Tina Thompson. Wow. From Houston?
She played for the Comets. Yeah, the Comets, right?
And she was exciting like Caitlin Clark.
I wasn't watching it back then, but I will
go watch some Tina Thomas highlights and laugh your ass off. Wait till you see it. Oh my God.
But for me, I don't feel like Caitlin Clark's game is that far off from Sabrina Ionescu. Honestly, I feel like their games are very, very similar, especially with the 3-point shooting. What I think the difference is that she's highlighted on the main stage, which is why you see more of what she does and how great she looks doing it, as opposed to other players that shoot the three, because the game is the marketing behind her is what it is. You know what I mean? All the content, whether you're talking bad about Caitlin or you're talking good about Caitlin, it's still a lot of eyes on her and her specifically. So most of the people that really talk about Caitlin Clark don't watch anybody else. They really don't. They watch only Caitlin Clark. And if you ask them about most, not you, but most don't watch. And they say in the comments, I only watch Caitlin Clark games. I only watch when the Fever's playing, and so on and so forth. I only started watching this year when Caitlin Clark came to the W. Most people in the comments say that. Not maybe you, Reese, specifically, but there are a lot of comments, if you go through the comments on social media, that say the same thing. I only watch Caitlin. I only watch for Caitlin. So that tells me you don't know what anybody else is doing. So you can't really compare.
I like this new expansion team. I think like they're better than a lot of these teams think. I think you're gonna see them in the playoffs. And I wouldn't mind if Clark left the Fever and went there.
Oh, one of the new teams?
To that Valkyrie's team.
Oh, no. She'll mess them up.
No, Valkyrie's doing this fine. They're not going to take her.
Clark is not going to win the championship with the Fever. They're not. It'll never happen.
Oh, no! Don't try to snowball it now. Don't try to.
No, it'll never happen. Her teammates ice her out. The Fever never had to lose a game ever.
Who iced her out?
Her whole team always
iced her out.
Yo, if Caitlin Clark is not doing some type of high-speed action and they're in a half-court set, she'll be wide open. They'll just look at her. Kelsey Mitchell does it all the fucking time. And the rest of them. The only one that really gives her the rock when they're supposed to is Aaliyah Boston and what's that other white chick name?
Lexi?
Yeah, that's it. The rest of them will ice her out. Mitchell will just take a couple crossover dribble, bop, 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 and then pull the three while Caitlin's standing there open. They've lost 10 games like that. So she'll never win there. And people are going to keep criticizing her game while this BS is happening around her and her team. And she's going to take the hit for it every single time. Every time. I
don't see her taking the hit, though. I see her teammates taking the hit. I see the coach taking the hit. I don't see her taking the hit.
YouTubers are all over Caitlin right now. They're saying her injury is fake. They're saying she trash. Look at her last 3 games. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She trash. She has some real defense now.
I'm following different people. I haven't seen those people on YouTube.
Ooh, people are saying that Caitlin.
The ones I'm following, they speak about her in glowing terms.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I had not seen those channels at all. Like,
even
on ESPN, like when she has a game where she's had like, let's say 10 or more turnovers, they only talk about her threes. Like I haven't really seen like this Caitlin Clark, like smear campaign, so to speak.
Well, it's bigger than anything that's going on in the world right now. There's an army of them, and the things that they say, they're beyond dumb. We need a new word to describe these people. Well, it's like obviously lies. And it's
everybody knows that if you can make money talking about Caitlin Clark, like you can talk great about her, you're gonna get people that are gonna follow, right? If you talk crap about her, people are gonna follow if you're talking crap about her. Like Either way, if you're talking about her, you're gonna get clicks and views. That's the whole point, and everybody knows that. You know what I mean? So they're kind of picking a side, and either way, it's still Caitlin Clark you're talking about, because you're gonna get even on my TikTok, right? Like any game about the Fever, like the views and the comments are crazy. Like about Angel too. I can say something good about Angel, and the comments will go crazy. I'm like, y'all, like, what's going on?
That's called the Caitlin Clark effect. That's what it is. The chick is a living, walking stock, and people need to understand that she's going to generate $1 billion,
but she won't
by herself.
But she won't. You keep talking about money. I'm not. Listen, at this point, I understand where you're going with money, and
the rest of the players get more salaries.
No, they're not. No, they don't. Who got a raise?
No. You didn't hear what I said. You didn't hear what I said. You exploded before I could finish my
Because everybody's saying that, and it's not true.
Fan, I haven't even finished my lie yet.
All right, go ahead. You lie. You got that right.
Lie. What? Go ahead.
You're telling me I'm lying before I'm even done. Caitlin Clark is going to generate $1 billion when this is said and done.
She is.
By herself, though. And all of these other players in the league salaries are going to go up because of her.
No, they're not.
It's going to what's happening right now?
Listen.
What's happening right now?
No. Wait. Well, let's calm down for 1 second. I'm not trying to control you, but let me just say this to you. Number one, the CBA was up anyway. They was going to get some type of raise. Number two, owners have something they call a trajectory, and trajectory is based on long term. It's never based on short term. Just because I sold 100 tickets last night, don't mean I'm gonna sell them tomorrow. So, what billionaire do you know who's going to say, "Oh yeah, I just love these girls so much. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to triple their salary." Ain't happening. It's not going to happen. The most that these players are going to get, if they do get something, their salaries probably will double in the next 3 to 5 years, and that's it. They're not going to make millions. It's not going to happen because they don't want it to happen, and that's why they push unrivaled like they do, because they have to get into ownership. They have to show that they can get money that way, and they have a lot of people backing them, but. The WNBA ain't gonna make them. They ain't gonna get them girls. Are they gonna make money? Yeah, they're gonna make a whole lot of money. They may get money off of that merch, because I think it's shared like the NFL with the jersey sales. But nevertheless, they ain't gonna get them girls no raises. Are you
Most of the players are not gonna make a lot. Not majority.
They're not really marketable and not this valuable, but they're gonna make a little bit of money.
You can make anybody marketable if you spin it a certain way.
Yeah,
they have to produce something.
But there are players that do produce outside of Caitlyn. You know what I mean? Like, and like I think we said this before. You on in the comments and one in the chats. They're not going to really go but so far because they spent all their time focusing on one person and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Asia Wilson played herself? She played herself saying a bunch of woke, dumb stuff and playing victim all the time.
When you keep saying woke, what do you mean by woke?
Fake with it. Everybody knows what I'm saying. Come on, man.
No,
they are praying about George Floyd before the games and talking about Trump and all this dumb stuff. Ain't got nothing to do with basketball. BLM painted on half court and all this dumb ass crap.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, there is. Nothing wrong with it for us. We might want to see it, but the rest of the world does not. That's the selfishness that's going to send.
If you're offended by somebody talking about things that are not right in this world, not you. But if majority or some of the people that watch the game are offended by what they have painted on the court, then that's part of the problem, in my opinion. Like, because them painting BLM or Black Lives Matter on the court should in no way make you feel some kind of way. Like, it really should.
So you're saying that police brutality is not real?
No, come on. I've been beat up by the police. Black police, by the way.
So,
okay. No, I think he's saying in terms of, I think he's saying involved.
No, hold up. You said you from Philly?
Yeah, of course I'm from Philly.
So we don't have to talk about our police department, do we?
Listen, but I'm just trying to find something from you, because when you say you don't want them to talk about George Floyd, then when you supposed to talk about it? Because our local legislators don't want to hear it. So
5 years later?
Huh? No, it's not 5 years later.
They did it this year.
Listen, bro. The happenings are still. These things are still happening in real time. So when they're still happening in real time, of course you're going to pick up the mile marker one that does what? That's more polarizing, and talk about it, and so people can have an understanding and recollection. Also, so they can look at it from that point and coming forward. So all that is important. So, see, dude, when you're not getting beat up, and is nobody pulling you over and giving you tickets just for the heck of it, of course you want it just to go on. Yeah, let's play ball. I would feel like that too, probably. But when it's impeding messing in your home, messing with your children, messing with your school system, all this stuff is going on, and you're supposed to sit there and go, "Oh yeah, I don't have nothing to do with that because I make a lot of money now." Nah, it don't go like that.
Yo, you understand the rules of war?
Huh?
The rules of war go like this. When you lose a war, you take on the culture of the victor and you keep your mouth shut. Remember, you lost. There's nothing you can do. All this crying and complaining that they doing ain't gonna never do nothing. The police gonna always beat the shit out of people forever.
Why do you think the war is over? That's my question to you.
And here's another thing. Watch this. Do you even know
the war is over?
Watch this. Do you even know about the hundreds? Listen to me. Hundreds of white people that have been beaten by police, unarmed, killed, shot, For every black person that's been shot, beaten by the police, there's been dozen white people the same thing. There's no march for them. Nobody gives a damn. There's no WLM.
I have yet to see that.
Follow the police activity channel. A white boy gets shot every day.
Why aren't they talking about it? Social media is huge. I haven't come across any video of anybody white being brutalized by the police at all.
Okay, so
the way social media is right now, if that happened at at a high volume the way you're saying, I find it hard to believe that nobody would have it streaming or going viral all over the place.
Hey, watch this. I got a response. You said, and I quote, "If that happened, that means I lied." So watch this. On the police activity channel on YouTube, right? There are hundreds of videos of white boys being shot. Hundreds of them. The world doesn't know that this
police activity on YouTube.
The world doesn't know that this happens. I'm dead serious. The world doesn't know that this happens because it was an agenda to make it seem like this was only happening to black people and like there was a racist agenda.
Let me ask you a question. We're 13% of the population.
Right.
Wait. Caucasian people are between 60 and 65%. It used to be 71. It's down to 60, 65.
Yeah.
Why are there more black people in jail than white people if that was the case? If going on what you're saying.
I got the correct answer. I got the answer that everyone's scared to say.
Go ahead and say it.
They are better criminals.
You know what? But they get shot at more.
They get shot at 10 times more.
Wait. You're not making sense. You said they're better criminals, right? But they get shot more than black people. So that means
the reason why they get shot more than us is because they challenge the police. There are hundreds of videos where the white dude just will not cooperate. The cop is telling them,
why is it that we only have
put the knife down, put the gun down, and they don't listen and they get shot. Same thing happened to George Floyd. Breonna Taylor shot a cop.
What do you mean with George Floyd?
We watched you suffocate him. Which knee on his neck and whatnot. But nevertheless, when you keep saying it happens that it's happened 100 times, 10 times more. So why is it only specific to this one channel you told us about? Why is it not being streamed and talked about?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because the news has an agenda to put a certain atmosphere out here. For the last 20 years, they've been trying to push a racial agenda and to make everyone hate white people, and it worked.
And what about going back before that? What about going back to the 1920s, 30s? What about that?
Now, I wasn't alive at that time, so all I could do is go buy these Jive Turkey books. So,
Oh no, I'm just saying. The division between white and black police, and black people's been going on way past 20 years. And I mean, my grandmother, God rest her soul, was born in 1920.
And listen, white police are not our problem. In our neighborhoods, black police are beating the crap out of black guys every single day, and everybody knows it. Everyone knows it.
Absolutely.
And they've been doing this since the early 80s, since before the crack epidemic. For every white guy that's beat up or shot a black guy, there's 100 black cops that have done it. I've been beat up by black cops 3 times. Once in jail and twice on the streets. For no reason. It's a sport to them.
I'm not. Listen, the fact that you're stuck on woke, I really don't think you know what woke means, but I don't know. Huh?
It means a lot of different things to different people.
I just don't understand why. So what? Asia Wilson, the Aces, and other black players, they shouldn't acknowledge it. Is that what you're saying? They should pretend like there's nothing going on in the world.
Well, this is how it goes. You're allowed to feel how you feel, right? But somewhere. By Asia Wilson and them doing that, right? They've been given the green light, right? But it's not working. Nobody's tuning in. Everybody is going. The people that you want to watch are going away. You see what I'm saying? If you think about it, right? Politics has a lot to do with sports, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And it seems like Caitlin Clark followers are more on the red side. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know that.
We want those fans too. If we shut up, they'll come. They will, and they'll stay.
So you think that that's more important than black people being harassed by cops?
No.
You answered the question.
But for the business, it is. If you want the eyes and the viewers, you got to put the nonsense to the side. Let the news handle it. There's enough people. Watch it. There's enough people handling that where the sports teams don't have to get involved. They literally never had to get involved. LeBron James, they never had to say no dumb stuff, and that's why people hate him now. All you do is keep his mouth shut.
Hate him all they want. That man's career is come on. Well, that's one for the books. Hate him. Say what you want.
Why are you so complicit with black people keeping their mouth shut?
Because it's not going to get us anywhere. It costs us too much to do that, man. We fall behind. Listen, you can't complain. We got to stop complaining about things that happened 400 years ago and get up early in the morning.
Yeah, but a lot of those things are still happening now. It's not as if it happened 400 years ago and it hasn't happened since then. Like a lot of things that happened years ago are still very much happening today.
Well, there's nobody with whelps on their back. You know what I'm saying? And getting their children cut in half.
It may not be that. It may not be like that specifically. They may not be getting chased by the Ku Klux Klan down the street like they were 40 years ago. But there are still very much things that are happening in the world that we can't pretend don't exist.
The things that a lot of the things that happened to us in the last 40, 50 years, right? That people quote unquote say were against black people. Those things literally hurt more people than us. Like crack, for instance. Everybody talks about how they dropped crack into our community. There was 10 white crackheads for every black crack. That shit decimated the white population.
Let me ask you, whoa. Let's do this. Forget this.
Taxes hurt them.
No, let's do it for real. Let me ask you a question.
COVID messed them up. Everything that hit us hit everybody else too.
No. Let me ask you a question though. So you want to talk about crack? Let me ask you a question. Who from the black race control? Because you know all crack is cocaine and also baking powder. You know that, right?
Right.
All right. So when have black people ever controlled anything coming to this country?
Okay, so there was one man doing that, right? That was quarterbacking all of that.
One man.
Yeah, it was literally one man for a long time, for about 25 years.
Who was that?
Right. What was that dude? Pablo Escobar.
So you believe you believe that a minority controlled a multi-billion-dollar industry in the United States. Do you believe that?
Pablo Escobar supplied 70% of the planet Earth with cocaine for decades.
Okay.
One person.
Pablo, where was he from?
Cali, Colombia.
Okay.
Cali, Colombia.
Let me ask you a question. So him controlling that, right? You say he controlled that. So when it hits America, right? And Nancy Reagan and Joe Biden says, "Oh, we're going to do a war on drugs," right?
Yeah.
Right. So the CIA was actually penalized by the U.S. government for selling crack to support part of its. This is documented.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is documented stuff. So you're telling me that black folks was in control of that? What family are you talking about was in control of this?
Escobar's Colombian.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't. So it wasn't. Okay. So when you say that people don't get anywhere by complaining or showing up or protesting, civil disobedience, Martin Luther King, with the whole thing that he had to sit still and allow people to throw hot coffee on him and stab them, poke them, doing all this other crazy stuff in order for them to get served at a diner.
Dog, listen, white people were propagandized by there. Some evil devil came up with something called the Ku Klux Klan and all these other groups. And the next thing you wait. Hold up. Next thing you know, you had millions of white people out here hating black people that didn't even hate them before because some dumb propaganda.
In Kensington, listen, 2 years ago.
Yo, Kensington is my dude.
Let me ask you a question. Kensington is part of Philly, Kai.
I want to tell Kai about Kensington, yo. Let's do it.
Now, this is no lie. Listen. My son was on his way to college. I was like, look, I needed some extra money. I said, I got to drive Uber. So what I did was I drove Uber. I got one job. I said, I got to drive Uber for a while. I got to get up 10 grand real quick. So I'm just going to work it and get 10 grand. I'm driving through Kensington.
Damn fool.
I'm dropping somebody off and picking somebody else. I turn the corner and I'm literally, I thought I was in a movie shoot.
Yo, let me respond, yo.
No, let me tell you what I saw. Let me tell you what I saw.
Go ahead.
There were people frozen in motion, looking at the sky. And these people didn't look like me. Looking at the sky, there were lawn chairs in the street.
He's telling the truth.
Lawn chairs in the street. And I'm sitting there going, yo, I'm thinking somebody either punking me. I'm really thinking like, I'm like, is this a movie shoot? And I'm looking like, and I'm looking, yo,
oh my God.
These people, when I say they was frozen, and I mean, when I say frozen, I mean like standing in place, not moving for over like 5 minutes in the scorching sun.
Wow.
I could not believe it. Now, all of a sudden, guess what? Yo, it's crazy because everybody kept telling me, but I never really drove down there before. I had no reason to go down there. But when I got to, and I'm sitting up there like, I was like, what the heck? And, I was letting it go. I was like, what is going on? 'Cause it was kind of like spooky to me almost. But what did the government do? They said, oh, now that's no longer an offense. It's no longer a crime. These people are addicted, and then they sued. Now that's why Rite Aid. You've noticed Rite Aid. I don't know if you have Rite Aid where you are, Kai.
Not anymore. No, they kind of disappeared.
They disappeared because they got sued. All of these places got sued for pushing fentanyl and opioids.
Opioids.
Yeah, opioids. A lot of doctors got in trouble. Why? Because of these drugs being out here. And know what they did? They had centers in Philadelphia to shoot people up in order so they wouldn't OD. We're going to give you the right amount. So we're going to help you be a drug addict. And they were shooting them up. That's the truth. And who did they do that for? Yep. Not you and me. Not you and me, because everybody I saw down there, it was crazy. And I seen it was over 30 people on one block. One block. It was crazy. I got you. I'm sorry, my son is like, yo, I gotta shut up. But
you trying to go to bed?
Yeah. My studio is right next to his room and down here. But anyway, but it's crazy. It really is. Listen. That part I will never. But go ahead, Reef. That's what I saw, and that's who. You know what I mean?
So you know what's real sad about that, yo? So Kensington, right, is literally no. All jokes aside, it is the worst white neighborhood on planet Earth by far. It's the only neighborhood in the world where you can walk 2 miles and you won't see not one regular human being, not even one. Wow. A whole strip for miles where all of the businesses are closed except for places to get food and to cash a check and little else. I'm talking about store after store for blocks and blocks. The metal part closed, nothing open at all, ever. And up and down the streets, 2-3 inches of trash, zombies. Like, these ain't regular dope fiends like the rest of the country. The white people in Kensington graduated from heroin years ago. They started adding horse tranquilizer to it. That's not a joke. Horse tranquilizer. Only in this neighborhood, nowhere else in the world. That became the thing for years. Fast forward to 2025, the horse tranquilizer and the heroin is not strong enough. What they got out here now, I don't even know what it is. And what he said is like an understatement. when you walk down this strip, listen, there's 1,000 videos on YouTube, live streams from Kensington that you can watch. Mm-hmm. You will see people just riding down the street, and all you see is zombies on the left and right. Hundreds of them, dead people. They're living, but they're dead.
I know what you mean.
Worst people alive in the world. This one neighborhood in Philly, and no national news network has said nothing about it in 40 years.
I'm assuming because they're white.
Yeah, well, that might be it, because they talk about trailer parks and other stuff, but this here is next level bad white people, dog. Nobody in the world knows about. You see, you didn't know.
No, I haven't heard about that. No.
It's the worst. Yo, am I lying, brother D? Is it the worst neighborhood on earth or not?
Yeah, it's very bad. But the thing is, I don't blame them. I truly blame the FDA. The FDA and our government. We just allow all kinds of stuff to go on, but then
because it makes money.
Oh yeah. Oh, it made a lot of money. Yo, it took Rite Aid out of business. It took Rite Aid and Walgreens out of business. They got sued left and right. A lot of doctors got in trouble.
Oh no, I still have Walgreens here in New York. Walgreens.
Oh yeah, a lot of them are closing up down here though. In Philly,
a lot of them are like, I think Walgreens took over for Dwayne Reed because there's more Walgreens now here than Dwayne Reed's.
Really? Oh yeah, that's one of your joints. Dwayne, it's called Dwayne Reed.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see that they're trying to push like racial division. You can't like catch on to what they're doing.
Well, I get what you're saying. I really feel like that's why when you said you feel like Caitlin and Angel should play on the same team, I'm like they would never allow it to happen because there's so much money already in the rivalry in the division. You know, like they fully invested into the black, the white. You know what I mean? Them on opposite sides. For that reason, I don't think they'll ever be on the same team. At least no time soon.
I think they could benefit just as much from them being on it. That would be some big news that they could cover for a long time.
I agree with you.
That news coverage would last weeks, just them joining together, because then everybody would go over the whole beef stuff and there'd be, revisit that. And then the games themselves, oh my, I ain't gonna lie, last year in the All-Star game, I was waiting patiently for Clark and Reese to connect. And when it happened, that shit was beautiful. And then they fived each other. I was like, yep, that's the future. And remember who y'all heard say it. Remember.
I always feel like, and like, it comes to, I thought like when, I'm going to say this, I'm going to get out of here because it's getting late, y'all, and I'm getting sleepy.
It is, man.
I really feel like there's always more power in unison, like, with LeBron and Stephen A. Smith, when they had that whole beef about Bronny, talking about my son, about me being a father. And that was like, all the way blown up all over everybody's channel and trending for God knows how long. I was like, I wish these two would just sit down and have a conversation, because Stephen A. Smith is like the face of what? Sports media, if you want to call him that, because he's all over the place. And LeBron obviously still being the face of the league. I'm like, there'd be so much power in these two having a conversation, about the differences, about old media versus new media, about the way that sports is covered from the analysts, to how the players feel about the covering the sports. But instead, there's just like this whole big divide, and I don't like him, he don't like me, and all these different things. But again, there's always more money. People like drama. Nobody really wants anybody getting along. Like nobody wants anybody being friends. Nobody cares about that stuff. We want to see people being against each other. It always seems to be more fun that way. When it comes to creating content and stuff like that.
I think the Valkyries are going to make a name for themselves and get some coverage.
They definitely are. I agree. Yeah.
I like them. I like that team.
Yeah. They're like they play like Indiana and OKC. You know what I mean? They get it in.
I can't believe I'm watching women's basketball again.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how come nobody's really talking about the Valkyries? You know what I mean? Like, I get their brand new team and they don't have somebody big on there like Caitlin Clark. That's what I'm saying. The marketing. You know what I mean? Like, talk about some of these up and coming teams, some of these younger players that have big followings. There's so much more money to be made on top of the Caitlin Clark money.
Well, we got to wait to see what happens when Juju comes. They was trying to hype up Juju. We got to see if it works. And if she comes and performs, we'll have another name out there ringing some bells.
Yeah, she's gonna have to.
Looking like she's real good.
But this rookie class is great. Kiki's great. Paige is great. Sonya is great. Like, like this rookie class is very talented, but no one's really talking about this rookie class at all. Like, I feel like Angel and them obviously like got a lot of marketing last year for all obvious reasons. But I'm like, continue on with that. Like, these ladies have fans that have been watching them, rooting for them. Like, talk about them. Like, come on.
No, you're right. You're right.
Paige Becker, she was nice though.
She is. I mean, her injuries in college kind of slowed her down. But she is very nice. She's very talented, but they don't really talk about her like that at all. I'm like, I got to go like do my own page research to find out what's going on with her if I don't watch the game.
It's just that she was unfortunate that she came around at a time when Clark had the league on snap. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're not going to really look at anybody else for a while. It's just going to be that way.
But Kathy should though. That's what I'm saying. But she's still like,
especially if Clark wins a championship. She wins a championship this year. She's going to really steal the show.
No, I mean, I'm not saying don't talk about her at all. But if you want the league to grow, not just Caitlin Clark's popularity, that's two different things. Because right now, the people that all the media coverage devoted to Clark is only getting people to watch her. It's not making them watch everybody. They're only interested in watching her.
Watch this. It kind of is. Some people are tuning in. Not everybody.
Not a lot though.
It's well, if you look at the ratings, right? When on all the teams, when Clark got hurt, everybody's numbers went down. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. Her fans were watching these other players. Even myself, I didn't know who Asia Wilson was 18 months ago, or Angel Reese.
That's shameful.
Now I know 100 players in the league. You see what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark brought my eyes to everybody else. I like a Puma K. Oh my God.
Enrique, yeah.
But this is how this is the
asset. You're talking about NECA.
Mecca, yeah.
But Reese, this is the acid test for that. When you say, well, everybody say, well, I wasn't watching nobody in the league until then. All you have to do is look at their game. And if their game has been money for those years that you didn't watch, and then you're watching it now, then you know that it has nothing to do with whether or not they are worthy of what they of the attention. Because one
thing you got to be real is Clark did a steal, so she breaking the scoring record in college brought eyes to her. But that performance in that game, I mean, the world has never seen anything like that up to that point, and that's what got the eyes looking. And then she flopped.
I think everybody started caring the masses, not the devoted fans, but in terms of like on a large scale. I really feel like, honestly speaking, I didn't hear about Angel really or Caitlin until that whole thing with the whole "you can't see me."
I knew about Caitlin Clark before that.
Huh?
I knew about Caitlin Clark before that.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you did it. But I'm saying in terms of like the way the millions upon millions now, that they weren't really talking about her like that on ESPN.
Oh yes, they were.
No, they were not.
Oh my God.
No, they were not.
Wow.
Not the way they were talking about her.
It's really not like it is now. I mean, you have in order
to
really.
That's no slight. I'm not saying she's not talented or she wasn't worthy of the coverage. I'm just saying like that moment, obviously for so many different reasons, for the whole racial aspect of it and everything else. You know what I mean? Like it just went berserk. You know, like it was a trending topic for God knows how long. I was like, can we please stop talking about it? Okay,
looking from that performance, man, and breaking that record. She broke the record for men and women. That's insane. That's crazy, man.
But that happened after that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she wouldn't have broken any records. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just talking about in terms of like a lot of the people like tuning. Like even Angel said, like her life changed after that game.
You know I didn't know who Angel Reese was before she did that hand thing.
Yes, they did.
Well, a lot of people didn't.
I didn't know who she was. She had done nothing up to that point that made anybody be like, "Oh yeah," you know.
And that's not true either. But if you weren't really following women's college sports like that, then you wouldn't really know.
But she was on a bomb squad, and it was like she wasn't like the star. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cared. Nobody knew who she was.
All right. Well, who was the people who was the bomb on her team? Where are they at now? Who are they?
Oh, I don't even know.
Exactly, and that's my point. Well,
you know the hand thing.
It's because she's trash. Because if if you're saying that, well, she was a nobody until then. She was on a loaded team. Everybody can say she was on a loaded team, but no one can name any of the players. They go, Floja, you know,
Flau'jae, that's it.
Flau'jae, whatever her name is. They'll name her. But I'm telling you, dude, Angel is who she is, and that's why I always give Angel a lot of credit because she was more consistent in what she did. She was always who she was. I never
Look,
said
my
Angel
girl came into college with 26 D1 offers. We're not gonna act like Angel didn't have no height.
Exactly.
Angel Reese is already the best female rebounder that's ever lived. Period.
Man,
She got a long track record of putting that bottom on people and getting bored. But last year, they ruined her legacy with all that nonsense, and she went right along with it.
What do you mean she went along with it?
When they would put her in the game when they were up 20 and she had 9 points or 9 rebounds and she couldn't get that double-double unless she get that 1 rebound or that 1 point, the Sky would be up 20 points with 1 minute left, and they would put her in.
How many times did that happen? How many times did that happen?
About 10,
the Sky being up 20 points.
15? They played like 30, 40 games. All right.
They tried it about 5 times and it didn't work.
No, real talk. See, why is it a double standard though? Because I've watched a lot of games this season in the NBA where OKC, that the coach kept SGA in that game to help with that scoring title. And I'm like, SGA can sit down now. They're clearly going to win this game, but they kept him in so that he can keep that streak up. But nobody really speaks about that.
Remember they did it for Shaq? You remember when they did it for Shaq?
Oh, no, I don't remember that. Sorry, that's him.
David Robinson had the scoring title, right? In the last game of the season, Shaq had to get 60 points to take it. So the Lakers threw him the ball every time off the court, and he got the 60. It was beautiful, though.
But nobody talks about like Angels like dragged for it.
No, she did it all year. She did it all year.
But look, so I'm saying it's always a double standard. She didn't do it all year. Stop it.
Oh my.
Not all year. Not all year.
They would run up and foul her so she could go. Oh my God.
Not all year. No.
Well, they did it at least 10 times.
We discrediting her effort and her defense and her hustle mentality.
They did that.
I'm not going to do that.
We're not the ones doing it. They did that by doing that dumb stuff. She did not need that help. She would have done it without them. She would have done it without them.
I can't, man.
Even without the record, she would have still led the league in double doubles and rebounds. They didn't have to do all that, and they made it so obvious. Now half of the world is mad at them. They didn't need to bring those enemies, man. It was unnecessary. They could have let her.
They mad at her. They're not mad at her for that. They mad at her for other reasons.
They mad at other people, man, for that little stat pattern thing. It was the other teams and the coach. It wasn't just Angel. Angel's a young kid. Like, people need to lay up off her, man. She's a young, impressionable kid. You know what I'm saying? That dumb coach was pushing that, man, and you could see it. That's why they got rid of her.
Yeah, they should have kept, and they should have kept it. The team looks awful. The team looks crazy this season.
Well, this dude has figured something out with Angel Reese. He just got to get everybody else in sync with what he's trying to do. Point forward is not a bad idea. I like it.
No, I mean, look, I am hard on him. Like, I can't stand him at all. But I will give him. Huh?
I don't like him either.
At all. But I will give him this. And I will say, I do like the fact that he took Angel out of her comfort zone and he's forced her to do some different things. I will give him that. But the way that the team and the moments with the team, they have momentum. I'm like, why are you making a lineup change right now?
Yo,
why are you doing that?
That's what Christy Slides did.
Camila Cardoso is cooking this game, but you have her sitting on the bench, and she has the most points in this game. Why is she sitting down, sir? What are you doing?
Kai, now do you see what I was talking about? This is what Christy Slides did all last year.
But even now, y'all still not happy with the new coach, and that's the one coach everybody wanted. Everybody was like, "Get Stephanie White. Get Stephanie White." Now you got Stephanie White. They're like, "Get rid of Stephanie White."
She's worse. She's literally worse. She sold everybody a dream, told she was going to come in here and execute that fast-paced da-da-da-da-da with Caitlin Clark. And what did she do? The polar opposite. She lied to get a job, and I don't even think they could fire her.
Of course they can.
I don't know how that goes, but she acts like she can't be fired. There's an agenda, man. You got to see it. There's an agenda. Yo.
There's always an agenda.
This chick should have a championship right now, man.
No, I don't think they would have had one last season. I don't think they were good enough to win a championship last season.
They were. If they didn't, if she didn't get guarded the way she did, and they had a good coach, they would have easily won a championship. You can't defend that kind of. You can't defend that kind of a weapon, man. It's going to lead. It's going to make all the other weapons.
It doesn't matter. One person cannot. If you look, you go back and forth because if you're talking about how great Caitlyn is, then she should have had at least 2 championships already. Exactly. It can't be both.
Not with them scrubs. Not them scrubs from Iowa.
It can't be both. It takes a team to win a championship.
Yo, have you ever seen her high school team in Iowa? They were all
saying, but you're saying in the WNBA where the players are better than college. You're saying that that they could have easily won because you can't guard that kind of weapon, or it's hard to do into that kind of weapon. Yeah. So if that's the case, then why don't they have one?
Because they fouled her every time she had the ball, and she didn't get no calls.
Okay.
And all you gotta do is watch it. There's nobody alive that can debunk that. Nobody alive can put together a highlight reel and show people not grabbing Caitlin Clark, not blitzing her. Not
grabbing her or not, if you're going to sit here and say that you can still grab Steph all you want, Steph's still going to knock down them threes.
Steph don't get grabbed every play by every team.
Steph does get Steph. They be fouling the natural hell out of Steph. Yes, they do, and he never get no calls. He just get back up. Sometimes he's frustrated, but more times than not, he still do what needs to be done.
Yeah, well, that's a man at the end of the day, but
he's a ball player. He's a basketball player.
I wish people stop comparing these women to men.
They're playing against women. So what are you saying? They're not playing against men.
So why are they grabbing her like that? She's not a man.
Neither are they.
They aren't men either.
Why are they guarding her like she's a man? Like she's that much better than her?
They're not guarding her like a man. Stop it.
Why are they guarding her like she's that much better than her? They don't guard anybody else like that. Yes. What is it? What is it about her? Is she that good? Or not?
No, they got
her threes absolutely are good. Yes, she can.
Her handle is savage. That's why they have to go.
Her handle is not savage. No, it's not.
I'll put the highlights together for you.
So please do, because you can't tell us in one breath that she's savage with the handles, she's savage with this, she's savage with that, and then say, but if they weren't guarding her hard, then she would have like 5 championships by now. Oh, but her team is trash. Like, which one is it? If she's that phenomenal, like you say she is, or you believe she is, she should have at least 1 ring by now. There was no way. As somebody's calling me. As phenomenal as SGA is, he still needed J-Dub to step up. He still had to have Chet step up. They still wanted Alex Caruso to help him win that championship. That takes nothing away from him. Obviously, he's still extremely talented. We see him growing. But what I'm saying is, in spite of how talented he is, he still has to have help around him. So we can't just make it seem like, Caitlin Clark is that phenomenal and that, you know what I mean? Like they could have won a championship just off of the strength of her alone. No, it's a team. And as a team, even with Caitlin Clark, they were not going to beat last year. They were not going to beat the Aces. They were not going to beat the Liberty or the Lynx. They were not good enough last year.
They could easily beat any of those teams if they fed CC the way they were and if she did not get grabbed the way they were. She breaks down offenses too easily. She can get 100 points every time if she wanted. 100
points.
If her teammates didn't gun her out, look, man, it's what? So you can say that I'm wrong about what I'm saying, but what's going to happen is the next season game.
I'm head to bed.
All right, yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, night, y'all. Thanks for
peace out, y'all.
I'll come back.
Bye, y'all. Good night.
Good night. All right, let me do this. End it here and end it.